Good evening and welcome to Swain County High School, home of the Maroon Devils. At this time, we'd like to pay tribute to this great nation of ours with the singing of our national anthem. We ask all in attendance to please rise, remove all headwear, and that all talking and other distractions cease. Tonight's national anthem will be performed by Miss Hannah Lowe. And now let's meet our starting lineups for tonight's women's contest. First, for our visitors from Rosman High School. Number 12, Maggie Galloway. Number 14, Corinne Hawk. Number 20, Gracie Briggs. Number 23, Ashlyn Dodson. And number 30, Reagan McCall. And now for your Lady Devils. At one forward, number 10, Ashton Yonts. At center, number 40, Taylor Collins. At one guard, number 14, Alyssa Smith. At your other guard, number 24, Grace Cave. And your other guard, number 12, Lindsay Hicks. Hello again, everyone. Seems like we were just here.
I'm telling you, 15 minutes ago, we went home last night.
I think so. Jeff, Joe, and I along the way tonight on the Maroon Devils Network, bringing you Lady Devil basketball action live from Swain High School. Lady Devils tipping off tonight with the Rosman Tigers. Both teams played last night, Jeff, and we'll see if that is any kind of harbinger for the start of this one. We got a horn right away. The Swain controls it. They're motioning Lindsay on. So Hicks will bring it up against this Rosman. Looks to be a 1-2-2 zone.
1-2-2 zone. Got Lindsay on the backside. Big night for her, Coach. Looking to get that 1,000th point. There's three of them. Good start.
So now 15 is what Lindsay lacks to break the 1,000-point barrier. She's crunched by a screen down there. Hopefully she's okay. We commented on it in warm-up. She does look to be moving better tonight than she was last night. In case you joined us late, Lindsay, the Lady Devils' leading scorer, she has a lower leg injury, and it slowed her just a little bit here over the last couple of games, caused her to miss the Cherokee game. So this will be the final home game of the regular season for the Lady Devils, and we sure would love to see Lindsay go over that 1,000-point barrier.
Yeah, that'd be so big for her to do that here at home in front of everybody, her family and friends, and I believe she'll get it.
There's Collins with a big rebound, and Swain up 3-0. Hicks charges ahead into the front court, hits Cabe with it, bounces off of her knee, and Rosman will steam the other way with the possession. Cabe almost tied that up, did force a walk out of Maggie Galloway, and Swain will get the ball back here with 7:03 in the first. Both squads lost last night. Rosman was at Murphy playing the top in the con. There's another three by Lindsay on the way. Get down.
And falls.
There it goes.
Down to 12.
But getting back to that point, Jeff, Rosman had the tough task of taking on the first top-seeded Murphy Bulldogs, and they did not come out on the winning end last night. The Lady Devils lost a heartbreaker, 40-38 to Hayesville. After holding the Jackets scoreless in the fourth quarter, they were unable to get all the way back. But what a gutsy effort by these Lady Devils.
That's kind of turned into their M.O. every night out, man. Whether they've got 6, 8, however many they've got, man, they play their tails off.
They do, and I think that's a tribute to Coach Michael Turner and what he does with this program.
It's all about expectations, man. He expects them to play hard. There's no excuses, and it shows. That's how they play.
They definitely have embraced that philosophy that's sort of the trademark of Swain High School. Next man up, you've got to go, and there's no time to worry or lick your wounds. 3 on the way and down by Gracie Briggs to open things up for the Jackets. So 6-3 are Tigers. And there's a turnover by the Lady Devils. Might take me a minute to get my foes under control after calling that one last night.
2 good ball games last night.
Boy, it was 2-point games in both of those. We look for much of the same tonight. Guys game coming up. The Tigers, of course, a 3-point shooting squad here in the Smoky Mountain Conference. They love to shoot the 3. Cabe tries to come away with a steal, and now the Tigers work it over here. Shot on the way, and it's up and off. Yance battles for it, but will not gain control. It's pulled out of there by Reagan McCall. 3 on the way by Briggs. And Collins with another rebound. She had 18, I believe,
18 last night. She came up to me down there against the wall a minute ago and said, "Did you see how many rebounds I had last night?" I said, "Yeah, I did. I tallied them all. Keep it going." So it's in her mind. She loves to do it.
Yance gets bounced to the floor rather aggressively, and that foul will be on the Tigers.
On 3.
Ashlyn Dotson, and it will send Yance to the free throw line for the first free throws of the night for either team.
Just a little long.
The first one long for Ashton. She, of course, is a sophomore, as is Taylor Collins. The other 3 are seniors out of this Lady Devil starting lineup.
Gets the roll.
Makes the second one, and it's 7-3 now. Dotson brings it up, kicks it over to the wing to Galloway. 3 on the way from Galloway is pushed up. Yance had it but couldn't control it. Pulled out of there by Hawk.
Oh, big block. Number 2.
And rebound. Here comes Hicks steaming the other way. She's going hard to the hole, lays it up. It's off, but Collins is there for the rebound and sticks it. But Taylor Collins, aggressive, having a big night already.
4 boards. It's something we saw right there, Coach. We didn't see all night last night. Lindsay was able to get all the way to the basket. So what you said early on about her looking better, that was obvious right there.
We'll see how it wears on as the night goes on. It was a struggle at times last night for Lindsay, and it seemed like when she came out it made it a little bit worse. Because she stiffened up. So we'll see if she's a green light to go all the way tonight in this crucial conference contest. That's Dodson steaming into the front court all the way by everybody and lays it in. So Ashlyn Dodson cuts the Swain lead to 5. Hicks across, kicks it to Cabe. Cabe puts it on the floor, is bounced over there by Gracie Briggs, and it will be Briggs who picks up the foul.
Her first, team second.
So Hicks will direct traffic here and inbound to
step right back in.
Smith, who will shoot the 3. That looks
Boom,
good, and it is in.
Down.
Alyssa Smith with a long three. Came almost stole it. Didn't have anybody to help her in the one-lady press down there, but ends up being a
1-0-0 press.
A 1-0-0 press. It's actually by design. If you know Grace, you'll appreciate this a lot more, in that Michael Turner has said before that he basically just tells her to go get ball.
Yeah, that's right.
And so Grace goes to get the ball.
And does a good job of it.
Doesn't matter if it's on Rosman's end or Swain's end. Get in there. Ball, yes.
Knocks it down. So we're down to 10 by my count.
And a big first quarter by the Lady Devils with 15 points already on the board. It does go to show how important Lindsay Hicks' offense is to this team. Smith rakes that one out of there and then goes the other way. Now backs it back out, and we'll find Hicks to set the offense. Lindsay brings it up, still facing the zone. Thought about it, kicks to Smith, open three. She nailed it a minute ago. She nails it again.
3-point barrage.
So a big assist, timeout. Tigers, 18-5 run by the Lady Devils.
What a quarter.
And a great quarter it was for Swain so far, and we're only halfway through it.
Halfway through. We've already hit 4 threes. We've got Taylor Collins already with 5 big boards and a 3-point basket there the old-fashioned way. So what a great start by these Lady Devils.
Yeah, and the best part is, to me, is seeing Lindsay be able to move on these back-to-back games. That was a concern, I know, for everybody coming into this, is how would she respond today with the injury, which is just a basic bruise and a little bit of swelling. And so far, so good.
So far, so good, man. She looks a sight better than she did last night as far as just her lateral movement and her quickness. Got to the basket twice already.
And that's big for Lindsay's offense and the Lady Devils as well. So Rosman will inbound. 3:53 remaining in your first quarter of play here from Swain High School. And the Lady Devils own a 13-point lead. Off the screen goes Skylar Harrison, fresh into the game. Hicks bats that one away and will get called for her first foul of the game. That may be the bugaboo, though, Jeff, as this Lady Devil team has experienced foul trouble all season long, and if they could stay out of it, it would be very beneficial tonight.
It certainly would, and you got to give the girls credit, though. One thing they have learned this year is how to kind of play with that just a little bit, and Coach has figured out all the different lineups he can use. So
Briggs misses a three, and Smith pulls that rebound on the opposite side. Hicks steams down the middle. Oh, great pass. The foul before that. Hicks with a great pass over to Collins for a lay-in, but was whistled with it before. Bree Ross up off the Swain benches we've seen all year. She's the first sub. She gets Yance out for an early rest here in the first quarter. So now Ross will handle the point guard duties and allow Hicks to do more of that. Spot up. Cabe will get whistled with her second coming over the back. Inbounding will be Corinne Hawk. She finds Dodson on the run. And there's a step through up and under.
Nice
Good move by Gracie Briggs, who makes that bucket and cuts the Swain lead to 11. Hicks brings it up now. Crosses over, goes into the paint, shoots on the run, doesn't get that to go. And now the Tigers will go the other way. Dodson cross court to Harrison.
Oh, boy.
And that one's blocked.
Sis with a block. Wow. Rather emphatically.
Briggs will now inbound it, looking for someone, and that's poked out of there by Smith. Now it's back, and Ross with a block. She'll get whistled, though, and send Gracie Briggs to the line for the first time tonight. So the Lady Devils very active early on. Yance will check back in. It will be for Smith, who signaled the bench that she needed a breather, and so Alyssa goes out. Yance is back in. 2:53 in the first, 10-point lead for the Lady Devils. Briggs with a second one now on the way. It is up and good also. Maggie Galloway back into the Tiger lineup for Harrison. So
a freshman.
Tigers are back to their starting lineup now. Swain has their starters out there with the exception of Ross, who is in for Smith. Hicks sets it against the 1-2-2 zone. Ross kicks it back around to Yance, who will rotate to the other side. They've got Lindsay open in the corner. She finds Collins on the baseline. Up and in by Taylor Collins. 20-point quarter for the Lady Devils.
There's Taylor.
Collins swoops in and steals that one. Now Hicks into the front court. Stops, goes around, pops, off the glass, and in. Up to 10 now. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Woo. Great block by Taylor Collins, who's been super active here in this first period of play, and I love it.
Yeah, she's filling the stat sheet right now. 5 rebounds, 2 blocks, 1 steal, 5 points.
So the free throw by Dotson goes, and up off of the Tiger bench is Reagan McCall.
Well, these Tiger free throw shooters have got a good free throw stroke, Coach.
They do. Second one on the way, and it's up and good as well. So the Tigers now back to 11 with 2:06 remaining in this. And, Jeff, I know that it's the most productive quarter that we've covered out of this Lady Devil team this year, but I don't know if it's their most productive quarter on the season.
Yeah. 22 points. We've still got 2 minutes to go. They might could get to 30 the way they're shooting the ball.
But they have been very productive here in the opening stanza of this game.
Without a doubt.
Ross will trigger it in. Hicks comes off the double screen, looks to shoot, got it up and underway off the back rim. Yance fights for it. And coming out of there with it is Dotson. She goes in, and it's actually kicked out of bounds by the Tigers. Maggie Galloway. It'll be Swain basketball. Still 1:45 left in this. Smith has gotten a breather. She's up off the bench and ready to go. Ross improves her position, kicks it back to Hicks. Set feet up and off. But I love the fact that Lindsay is being aggressive.
Yes, sir. Me too. And all her misses so far have looked really good.
They've been on.
So she's feeling it.
And there's a 3 on the way by the Tigers. Wow. Briggs nails that one. So under 10 now is the Swain lead. 1:20 left in this first quarter of play. Hicks walks it across. Kicks it over to Yance. Yance will set the position. 3 on the way. Deep one by Ashton. And that one's pulled down by Collins for a second, but can't hold on to it. The Tigers will kick it ahead to Briggs. Puts her shoulder down. Dives into Yance. Turns around. Shoots a 3. And that one will be out of bounds, Swain basketball. Smith into the Swain lineup has got Collins, who has earned that breather.
Yes, she has. Yeoman's work this first quarter.
Absolutely. So now Hicks will walk it up. We're under a minute left in this first period of play. She'll be pulled out on by that 1-2-2 zone. And Yance will try to spin it back to the other side. Smith and Cabe work interior. Smith with it, puts it on the floor, tries to get around, does. Cabe's got the corner jumper on the way, and it's off. That ball spills out, and it'll be controlled by Hawk, but Cabe steps in to steal it. And that's backcourt.
Yes.
So Kiera Shook checks in for the Lady Devils on the Tiger side. Trying to see who checked in.
I missed it.
I missed it too. Oh, it's Reagan McCall, perhaps. Tigers running a little cross-action screen. Back up top. McCall with it. Dotson works baseline against Ross, and Bree's going to get whistled with a hand check there.
That's going to be Bree's second. I think it's team 6. I think we're 1 away still from the 1-1.
Rosman ball. That's batted away by Smith, who's been super active tonight. Ross into the front court. Hicks comes over to help her out. Ross dumps it to Lindsay. Lindsay crosses over, finds Shook inside.
Look here, nice look.
Great pass, great finish by Shook right before the buzzer. And the Lady Devils will end this quarter with a 24-14 lead. We'll be back with second quarter action. So we're just about set with second quarter action here from Swain High School. And Swain will return with their starters. We'll see what the Tigers go with here to open the second quarter play. Swain 10-point lead. Lindsay Hicks with 10 herself and needs 8 more to get her 1,000th point here at Swain High School. That'd be quite an honor.
Yes, it would.
So far, by our count in school history, we have 7 players in the women's side who have broken 1,000 points in their career. And so that'll be a very select company for Lindsay. And we are rooting for her to get 8 more in a big way. Tigers with the ball to open up the quarter now. A little unsure about themselves out on the perimeter as they try to work. Swain adjusts. We're down to 7:40. Dodson works her way to the corner. 3 on the way. That's way off. Collins has got that rebound. She finds Hicks, and Lindsay steams into the front court now. All the way to the wing, backs it back out. Hesitation and lost it out of bounds off of her right hand. Quickly into the Tiger lineup, Skylar Harrison in. She's got Maggie Galloway out. And now the Tigers will inbound, still trailing by 10 at the 7:26 mark. Dotson brings it into the front court for Rosman. Quick, hard drive to the basket. That one's out. Collins tries to get it, and the foul will be on Taylor.
It's going to be her second.
So the Tigers will inbound the ball for one more time before getting into the 1-and-1. At the table is Krista Galloway. She will check in. We are at 1-and-1 instead of 1 away. So Galloway will come in. Out comes Hawk for the Tigers, and that will send Briggs to the free throw line.
She has 10 of their 14 points tonight, too.
And is a very good free throw shooter.
Yes, she is. That's 3 of 3.
And she'll get a second one. So the Tigers on the board first here in the second. They cut the Swain lead to 9 with a chance to cut it to 8. And do with 7 and some change left here before the half. Coach Turner calling out a play, and it's a sizable mismatch in my book for Hicks right here.
They've went man-to-man. Lindsay blows straight by her.
Give her that basket. Nice look right there by Hicks. And that foul will be on McCall underneath. It'll be Swain basketball out underneath.
That's one of those situations as Taylor gets a little bit older, she'll learn to catch that ball, not take that one dribble and go straight up with it, and she'd probably put that one in and got the foul too.
Hicks and Smith play catch over on the side, and there's another foul on McCall as they try to isolate Collins down on the low block.
And Taylor is so big and strong that they just can't prevent her from getting that position on that block.
Well, that's helpful. They left Hicks all alone in the corner. She doesn't make good on it. Cade with an offensive rebound. Finds Hicks up top. Now Hicks will reverse herself, go all the way around, bank that one up and in. So we're now 6 away, and that ball's thrown away as Smith picks up full court pressure, and there'll be Swain basketball. Alyssa Smith forcing a turnover there. It gives Swain the ball back. Quickly in for the Tigers is Hawk and Gwynn. And Hicks will inbound it here. Go straight to the block to Collins. She goes up, misses the shot. It's pulled out of there by Briggs, who'll go the other way. Cade picks her up at midcourt.
All the way to the hole.
That one rolls out to Hicks, and she goes up court. 1-on-2, crosses over, goes
with
in
with
a left hand.
Wow.
And she's now 2 away, right?
I've got her at 4 away.
Oh, 4 away. Okay. Well, we don't have to worry about it. They're keeping
14.
Track down there.
Yeah.
They'll stop it. Briggs with a 3 on the way. It's long ironed off. Yance with a rebound. And we're at 6:05 and counting here. Hicks goes steamrolling by, and that one falls.
Knocks it down. 2 more. 2 away.
That one's off. Hicks with a rebound. Now she comes out of there with it.
This may be it. Oh, they're going to get her for a charge. Oh, no. That's going to be foul number 2 on Hicks.
That's a tough break.
Tough break. Wow. So it is 30-16 still at the 5:42 mark as the Lady Tigers advance the ball past half court. Dodson with the ball. She drops it down to Briggs for three. It's going to be off.
Yance comes out of there with that one. Now we're at 5:30 and counting. And Swain up 30-16. Ross off of the Swain bench to check in, as is Galloway. One-hand pass over to Cabe. She blows by her defender, tries to step through, and is fouled by Briggs on that play. And let's see if they'll give Grace a shooting foul here if we're in the 1-and-1 yet. I think we're 1-and-1.
Yep. I think he signaled 2 shots. We're going
to get 2.
We're going to get 2. Good.
So Cabe to the line to shoot a pair here. Her, Alyssa Smith, Charlotte Jackson, and Lindsay Hicks had their senior night last night. And, you know, Jeff, despite the loss, those 4 played extremely well, as did the entire team, for that matter.
Sure did.
And so, realistically, they had a good night last night, although they may not have enjoyed it as much as they would have liked. Cabe's second one is on its way, and it's down. Ross has checked in. Cabe with a steal. She saves it, but she's called out of bounds down on that end. Good hustle by Grace Cabe to try to get a possession. 31-16 now. 5:17 remaining before your first half. Rosman with the ball. They work it up court with Ashlyn Dotson as their point guard. That shot up and off. Cabe battles for it. Hicks has it. Let's see who that's on.
Looking at Bree, I'm afraid.
That's going to be Ross down there digging at it.
That's going to be her third.
Smith quickly back into the lineup. Will probably get Ross. It has really been Coach Turner's Swiss Army knife of choice, if you will. She kind of plays one position, but everybody else moves up and down positions based upon her, and she kind of stays in the lineup and gives pretty much everybody a breather, and now she'll have to take a seat with 3 fouls.
Man, Briggs 6 for 6.
Briggs can shoot some free throws, folks.
She certainly can.
We're just under 5 to go before the first half now. Oh, Collins all alone on that low block. She's got that one. Good pass from Smith. And Swain just doing work at this point, folks. Rosman steams into the front court with Dotson, and she passes it off to Briggs. Briggs long 3 on the way, and she nails that one.
9, 10, 11, and 6, 17 points for her in the first half.
Oh, great pass.
Look.
And Collins
she just wanted a rebound.
She didn't want to give that assist up. She wanted a rebound instead. Smith takes a run at Briggs. Now 4 of them run at her. She shoots it, misses it, but gets her own rebound. Hicks digs at it, can't get it, but there's Yance with the rebound. And now she finds Hicks over on the wing. She'll steam into the front court with Cabe in front of her. Now crosses over.
This could be it.
All the way in.
That's it.
There it is.
1,000 points.
So we need to stop play right here.
So she gets it. 1,000 points for Lindsay Hicks. As Coach takes some pictures, that's going to move her into the 8th all-time spot. 1,000 points in Swain Lady Devil basketball history. She only follows Anna White, Anne-Marie Sossman, Melissa Watkins, Sandy McCracken, Katie Kime, Tara Thomas, Jennifer Gibson, and now number 12, Lindsay Hicks.
And that is absolutely something special. I've had the privilege of doing this one other time when Matthew Manley did it, and it's a big deal, folks. Like I said, 8 players in the history of our basketball program been able to do that. And Lindsay now joins that company, and we're so happy for her that she got that.
Yes, we are.
Tonight.
I mean, you could tell. I mean, it wasn't even selfishly, but she was on a mission tonight.
Yep.
I mean, she meant to get that thing and get that done early, and I tell you, she's got 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 huge points here in the first half, and we're still only 4 minutes away. So, big half from Lindsay Hicks and our Lady Devil basketball team. So, we're going to get the action back underway now as the Lady Tigers will bring the ball across now. Number 23, Ashlyn Dodson, as she works it across to Beth Parkin. Shoots 3, it will be off. Lindsay Hicks with the rebound.
I hope she stays aggressive now.
I do. There's your answer.
So it's been good for our team, been good for her. So stay aggressive, Lindsay.
So Hicks with the miss, the ball out of bounds. Lady Tigers will retain possession. And number 23, Ashlyn Dodson, will work the ball up court against Grace Cade. As the Lady Tigers set their offense, kicks it across to Parkin. Looks down inside to Griggs, who's been the answer for the Lady Tigers. Up and off, Grace Cade with the rebound.
So now they'll walk it up at the 3:26 mark, 37-21 your score. And they back off of good give and go right there.
Yes,
Get in there. Look at Smith in there digging for a rebound, backs back out, got fouled, no call. And now she'll get called for it.
It's going to be Smith's first on the night. And we will move the ball back down here to shoot. It's going to be 2 shots now, as it looks like number 23, Ashlyn Dotson, is going to go to the free throw line. She's 2 for 2 there on the night. And these Lady Tigers are actually 8 for 8 shooting free throws, so good free throw shooting team. Dotson toes the line, shots up. And
have they missed?
They have not missed, Coach. That's 9 for 9.
This is Hayesville-esque.
So Dotson will look to get her second. Dribbles twice, shots up, nothing but net. So here come the Lady Devils with the basketball. Lindsay Hicks works it down against the Lady Tigers, 1-2-2. Cross court to Ashlyn Yance. Looks inside, takes the step back jumper. Will be off. Rebounded by number 30, Reagan McCall. And we have a good hustle play underneath, but I think there's a whistle. It's going to go against number 10, Ashton Yance. It's going to be her second. And we will come back down to the other end of the court now to shoot 2 more shots. And it appears it will be number 23, Ashlyn Dodson. So we can't keep sending Dodson and Briggs to the line. So Dodson 4 for 4 on the night. Receives the ball, takes 1 dribble. The ball is up, and it is off the back iron. No good. So the first free throw miss of the night by the Lady Tigers. We do have 2:55 left before halftime. And the second one will rim just in and out, but Cade tries to get the rebound, knocked off her hands. It's going to remain Lady Tigers basketball.
Well, I don't think it's panic time for the Tigers just yet, but they need to cut into this Swain lead a little bit before the half, I would think.
Yes, they do. Goals to try to get it under 10, I'm sure. That's got to be a travel. They did get it.
So Swain will inbound it. We're just under 3 to go before the first half. And so now Hicks will work to the left side. Yance moves past. Runner on the way. Rattles out. Rebounded over there. Batted out of bounds by Yance from the Harrison pass. And now Kiera Shook will check in. Looks like she's got Yance. Will take a seat. Cabe stays right with Dotson all the way up the court as she brings it up to set the offense. Then works off of the screen. Shook takes her now. Briggs has that one blocked. And gets it right back, speeds past everybody involved right underneath. Cade blocks that one, and then steams out of there with a rebound, crosses over, splits 2 defenders, chases it down, then loses it. Now Smith on the floor.
Look at Smith.
Cabe on the floor.
Wow.
Jump ball.
That's typical sis right there, Smith.
She dove from about 10 feet out to try to get to that ball to save a possession for her team. And now Swain will inbound it. Cabe up top, finds Shook open. Good shot by Kiera. It's off. Collins saves it. Now Hicks with a deep 3. Off, right back to Collins. Collins shoots it. Off. Oh. And they get Smith with a foul.
So some foul trouble starting to mount now for our Lady Devils. As I have Ross with 3, Smith with 2, Hicks with 2, Yance with 2, Collins with 2. But we do have a different free throw shooter to the line.
This one is Becca Parton. And she misses. She'll have a second one, though, as we're in the 2-shot bonus the rest of the way for the Tigers to shoot. So her second one is up. Front iron off, pull down in there. Jump ball. I believe that was McCall.
Yes.
And it will stay Rosman basketball. So the Tigers, as we're 1 tick under 2 minutes now, with the ball. Back out to Dodson. She skips it over to Harrison, who finds Briggs. Dancing over there against Cabe, running one-hander. And that almost went. Smith working hard over there for a rebound. And there's a foul call that will be on Parton. And Alyssa Smith will shoot a 1-and-1.
Have a 1-and-1 still. Yeah, just team foul number 8 against the Lady Tigers.
So Smith goes to the line and will shoot 1 here with a bonus. And the first one is up, back iron, no good.
There's Taylor. Oh, no. 2 rebounds and 2 points.
Now she's just padding them.
Yeah. Well, Coach, that's up. She's got 11 now.
Wow.
And 11 points.
Dodson works out on the perimeter. Shook did good defense. Hicks
yes, it was.
Swipes it.
Come
that
on,
one,
girls.
gets it. Then doesn't have the mobility left to be able to get to it. And ends up tying it up for a jump ball. It'll be Swain basketball.
Pretty gutsy there on Lindsay's part with a hurt leg to still try to get on the ground there and get the tie up, and she got it.
So Smith works it over on that side, and they have 2 on Collins now in there. Cabe drags down the offensive rebound, then pulls it down. We got a foul, I believe, on Harrison. Yes. So Skylar Harrison of the Tigers is whistled with that one. Grace Cabe will shoot 1-and-1, and Swain will shoot 1-and-1 for one more time. Charlotte Jackson up off the Swain bench for the final minute 14 of this one to buy some time for Michael Turner and his bench. Cabe makes the first one. Jackson is going to get Collins, who's had the monster first half.
Yes, she has.
And the Maroon Lady Devils have scored more points in this half than they did last night.
Yes, they have. Tremendous first half.
They hit the 40 plateau. Cabe's second one rattles around. Shook may have saved that possession for Swain by fighting hard for the rebound, and ends up going out of bounds off Rosman. So Swain with the ball. Minute 14 before your half. Kicked into Smith deep. She ball fakes it, goes inside hard on the drive. Is fouled, no call, and that one goes out of bounds off Rosman again. So Swain will have the possession again. Again into Smith it goes. She looks the scene over, now tries to turn a corner, kicks it back to Hicks. Crossover, spins inside, and she's fouled on the play. So Lindsay will look for 1,001 and 1,002 here as she goes to the free throw line to shoot a pair.
I wonder if that was on 12 or 21. I couldn't tell. 21?
Yep. That's three according to the scoreboard on Skylar Harrison. Hicks makes the first one. Becca Parton into the ball game. She will get Harrison. And Hicks will shoot the second one.
Nothing
and make it. So 19-point lead now for the Devils. Dotson goes all the way to the hole, and Smith meets her. And that will be 3 on Alyssa. Yance quickly up off the bench. 2 shots here for Dotson. 54 seconds remain in this first half. And Dotson makes good on that one. Yance for Smith. And Ashlyn Dotson will have a second free throw on the way here. That one's good as well. So 42-25 your score with 54 seconds and counting before the first half. 1-2-2 zone again for the Tigers. Hicks brings it up straight on, finds Yance on the wing. Cabe in the corner, back up top to Shook, has a look, takes the shot, it's off. There's a good shot. Now we're tied up in there by Jackson and Shook, but it will go Tiger basketball. And Alicia Gwynn will inbound it here to Dotson, who steams up the court with Grace Cabe in tow. Cabe screened again, and that's an illegal screen.
Yep.
And it will be Swain basketball on the player control with 30 seconds remaining before the first half.
And Coach is screaming one shot. I think that's what he wanted the last time. He got pretty frustrated with the shots. Let's see if we can hold it and take this last one.
Well, it's to 20 and counting still. Hicks works without any pressure up top. We're to 15. Then she is hit hard by Parton, no call. Yance with it again. It's down to 10. Hicks with it, crosses over. Finds Cabe in the corner. Cabe ball fakes, goes hard to the basket.
Could go. Oh.
Didn't go. But with 3.3 left, they get Becca Parton, who committed a foul on Lindsey Hicks just before that, for the foul, and Cabe will shoot 2. And it's good on the first one. Second one coming. And it is up and good as well.
Nothing but net.
So Dotson catches it. 3 seconds
She's
remain.
Get a look
She's
at
steaming, and Cabe
Oh,
blocks
and it's
the
going to be
shot.
blocked by Grace Cade.
And they called a clean block on that one, so that'll do the first half of play. 44-25 your score. Lady Devils on top. So second half action just about to come your way, and what an interesting first half for these Lady Devils.
Yes, it was. Just a tremendous first half of basketball. They were scoring the basketball like we've not really seen all year pretty much. 2 20-point quarters, 124 and 120.
Absolutely crazy. I don't know what has unlocked this tonight, if it was the fact that Lindsay was 18 short and everybody wanted to make sure that happened, but her super aggressive nature trying to score the ball tonight has led to a lot of great stuff for this team.
Oh, it certainly has. And it's, like we said earlier, it's just nice to see her being able to do that again. Last night she was so limited she couldn't even get in the paint. But I don't know what's happened between last night and tonight, if it was the excitement of the possibility of this 1,000th point. But I'm telling you, she's on her A game tonight for sure.
And as we mentioned to each other during the half, it appears to me that sophomore Taylor Collins has figured things out, so to speak.
She's developing a passion for rebounding, for sure.
Open three for Lindsay. She hesitates for a second and sticks it. So she just keeps adding on, folks.
Up to 23.
We'll try to give you the other folks in the 1,000-point club on the women's side here in just a second. Smith tries to pull down that rebound. They're going to call it out of bounds off of her. And she tried to save it there. 7:39. We're just underway in the third period. If you're just joining us, thanks for being there. You have missed Lindsay Hicks score her 1,000th point of her career tonight. She did that midway through the second quarter. And there's Briggs.
There she is.
And as you mentioned during the halftime also, this Rosman team only has had 2 people score.
They've had 2 people score. Briggs is up to 19 now, and Dodson has 8. So that's the only scoring for the Lady Tigers.
And that one's going to be out of bounds off of Swain as Smith misses the corner 3. It'll be Rosman basketball. And Collins herself on her way to another double-double night.
She has it. 11 points, 11 boards in the first half.
She finished last night with 18 rebounds, and now she's got 11 tonight. There's Briggs again, and she is a scoring machine.
Man, it's her 4th 3.
So last night it was Zeke Bradley and Josh Cottrell who put on quite a show for the fans. Tonight it's Lindsay Hicks and Gracie Briggs who are putting on a show.
Yeah, they are. Both well over. Both have 23 points.
So a big night for both of those. Hicks skips to the corner open. Briggs picks her up. Cabe with a shot. It's short. But there's Smith diving to the glass. Misses it. Now it's a scrum. And Rosman comes out with it. Heads the other way. Briggs with it. Hicks on her 3 on the way from Briggs. That was long. And Collins rakes that one down. Did they get Taylor for a rebounding foul? They did.
That's going to be 3 on Taylor.
And that's 3. First of the second half, and it will be Rosman to inbound from underneath their own goal. Screen to the corner for Briggs. 3 on the way. It's good.
Wow, lands.
And she is shooting them back in with 6 points here to open the third quarter. Hicks looks inside Collins with the catch and score. And Briggs looks over to her coach like, what do you want me to do about that?
And even with all of her points, that's Lindsay's 4th assist tonight.
Another rebound. She finds Smith. Smith lets everybody catch up. Now they go inside, and again, Collins gets hammered under there.
Wow.
But they really don't have much of an answer for Taylor inside. She'll shoot a pair here, and that may be their answer in that they can't stop her if she gets the shot off. So send her to the line may be the answer for the Tigers, but there's the first free throw. She makes it, so there's no answer there.
No, the hack of Collins is not going to work.
No, apparently not.
She's 2 for 2 tonight.
Yance comes out. Ross comes in. Ross is in a little bit of foul trouble herself. Coach Neil Blankenship grabs the blackboard to diagram something down there for Ashton Yance as they sit. So now the Tigers at it again on their offense. Ross tried to fight through that screen and couldn't. Briggs misses, though, and there's Taylor Collins again.
Coach, you're going to have to add more boxes to this sheet if she keeps this up.
Good inside pass, good spin move, and Collins just incredible night for the sophomore.
17 points, 13 rebounds.
Dodson all the way to the hole.
And 4 fouls. Dadjimmit.
Maybe the only thing that can stop her.
Wow.
Her 4th at the 5:34 mark with a 20-point Swain lead. Let's see what happens after this. Kiara Shook is at the scorer's table, presumably for Taylor Collins. Who's the first Lady Devil to get her 4th foul. That one's good by Dodson. And Collins is indeed going out.
This will be Dodson's 10th free throw attempt on the night.
She's made most of them, I would guess.
This will be 7.
Bree Ross skies for that rebound and now charges the other way with it. And it's poked out of the way. Now Ross dives in for it but can't get it. And they kick it out to Dodson, and she goes ahead. Works against Cabe over there, then spins inside. Cabe almost able to take that away and then couldn't. They all spill to the floor.
Wow.
It's a scrum. Fumble out there, and Smith is down on the bottom of that pile digging it out for the Lady Devils again. As there are folks all over the floor on that one. They may need to wipe some of that moisture up after that.
That was at least 6-7 bodies on the floor.
Oh, absolutely. And they kick it in. Shot is good, and somebody else has finally scored. I believe that was Corinne Hawk, number 14, who got that one in with her height. And so now Hicks sets the offense. Shook over on the wing. Kicks it back to Lindsay. Lindsay inside to Cabe. Nobody covers Grace, and she lays it home. Another assist for Lindsay Hicks. And here goes Dodson steaming into the front court. Nobody to stop her. Then there's Smith, and there's Cabe. She kicks it back too hard. There's Briggs. She goes all the way to the hole, and there's a foul. Let's see who that one's on. Two shots will be for Briggs here for the Tigers. 55-36 your score. 4:33 in the third. Briggs back to the line, and that one's good. Yance returns to the Swain lineup for Smith, and Dodson, nope, that's Harrison into the game for the Tigers.
And that is point number 27 for Gracie Briggs.
Whew, she is on fire.
Yes, she is.
And now Hicks walks it across. 4:26 left as Lady Devils know that they need to milk a little bit of this clock in the foul predicament they're in. And Ross fends off the double team. Kicks it over to Yance, who spins to Hicks on the wing, back to Yance. Yance with a head down drives and is fouled on the play. Let's see if it's two shots or if it's on the side. Looks like 10.
Number 10, Alicia Gwynn.
She picks that one up. Ashton Yance will go to the free throw line and shoot a pair. I did notice at the halftime mark, Jeff, that Ashton was getting her two fingers taped together on a shooting hand, which is usually an indication of a jammed finger somewhere along the way.
Those stink.
Fortunately, she showed none to wear on that first free throw. She made it. And then there's the second one. She makes it as well. And here come the Tigers. 4 minutes exactly remain in this one. 57-38, Lady Devils. Ross is able to poke that one away. Let's see if she can finish it off. Tries and is hammered there by Briggs. So Bree Ross will go to the free throw line for a pair and a chance to push the Swain lead back up to 20.
And that's 3 big fouls on Gracie Briggs.
And the first one by Ross is off. Into the game will be Parton. She's going to get Harrison. And Ross back to the free throw line. That one is good.
Gets the roll.
So Dotson now works it up court. Ross will take her once she enters into the territory. And they're trying to run Briggs off of a screen over there, and Kiera Shook is on her like a jacket.
Yes, she is. Good defense by Kiera Shook. Just not willing to let Briggs get the ball.
She comes off the pick. She's still staying in front of her. They tried inside. The pass was bad. Now Yance tried to get the rebound, and it'll be off of Briggs. The only thing that got that pass through was literally it being a bad pass.
That was it. Great defensive stop there by Kiera Shook.
Because as we said, Shook was all over Briggs. And now with 3:18 remaining, Swain again is going to be content to run some clock here as they look for a good shot. Shook pushed and fouled a little bit, no call. Now Yance with it back over to Cabe. And Swain just cycling through their offense. Cabe puts the ball down on the floor, goes all the way to the hole. It's stripped free. She's able to poke it loose. Yance picks it up, spins back out. Hicks with an open look at a three. Is back iron no good. Poked, but it'll be pulled out of there by Dotson. And now Hicks will try to stop dribble. She goes all the way in, and Lindsay just rakes her to keep the shot from going and being a three-point play. So 2 shots on the way from Ashlyn Dotson, who, as you said, has lived at the free throw line tonight.
This will be her attempt number 11 and 12. 7 for 10 on the night.
20-point Lady Devil lead, and she's good with that one.
So 8 for 11.
Second one on its way, and it is good also.
9 for 12.
18-point bulge for the Lady Devils now as Hicks will again walk it up against this 1-2-2 zone. And for old basketball fans, this is sort of a 4 corners, and they get a 5-second call.
Holy cow.
Into the game will be Krista Galloway. She replaces Hawk. And so Rosman will go up the other way and set their offense, trying to spin Briggs off a series of picks, and she gets triple teamed. Looked like a little bit of a walk there, no call, and now the Tigers will spin back out and reset themselves and see if they can find. There's a shot on the way by Galloway. Yance with a great rebound over there despite being pushed, and now she'll go all the way, goes by and lays it up as she is fouled on the floor. And that will be on 10. Gwen again.
Her third.
And Swain will inbound from underneath their own basket. Ross will do it. Hicks pops out, takes it, crosses over, goes inside, throws it to an open Michael Turner on the bench. Turner was not in a good shooting position.
No,
we need to scold him for that.
Yeah.
And so the Tigers with a chance again to cut it to 16 here. I'm sure they would love to get it to Briggs, and they do. Now Briggs tries to go inside and cannot.
Can't get it.
It'll be Swain basketball.
I'll tell you, since Kiera's went to Briggs, man, she's frustrated the hound out of her.
I just started to say the same thing. Kiera Shook is putting on a clinic defensively out there. She's doing a great job. Let's get back to Lindsay's big night. I think we mentioned already, but let's go through what we have. Of course, it's worth saying that we may have missed some people over the years in the 60s, 70s, or 50s, and if we did, we'd love to hear about it from you. If you can give us some proof, we'd love to add them to the list. But 8 now on the women's side have crossed over the 1,000-point plateau. Anna White, Anne-Marie Sossman, Melissa Watkins, Sandy McCracken, Katie Kime, Tara Thomas, Jennifer Gibson. The last female to do this was Katie Kime back in 2002.
Wow.
So it's been a long time in coming. And we should say that Lindsay presents one of the most steady examples of all of these girls, fits right in with that, in that she's averaged right at 250 points each year she's played, which is amazing consistency from your freshman year to your senior year.
Yes, it is. You know, a lot of times you might get a few points maybe as a freshman, just a few more as a sophomore, maybe a big junior, senior year. But like you said, man, it's just been consistent from grade 9 to 12 for Lindsay. Just proud of her and happy for her.
Absolute consistency, and she's a credit to that club. And we congratulate her on her 1,000th point plus.
Yes.
As she climbs up the ladder now, trying to move into that category. But that's an honor that you, of course, were fortunate enough to achieve in your career. So I know it's a major milestone and something that you look back on with a great deal of pride.
Something to be proud of.
Because the other people on that list are not slouches. That's a good crowd to be mentioned with. Swain misses the shot, and the Tigers will come the other way. There's Galloway. She'll stop and pop. No hesitation there, but that's a 2 as her feet were on the line. So now it's 16 points for the Lady Devils, 58-42. And now Yance over on the other side, they're going to be aggressive with double teams the rest of the way, I would imagine, out of that 1-2-2.
And that's going to be Ashlyn Dodson's third.
The trouble with a 1-2-2 and trapping out of it is it is susceptible to leaving the middle of the floor wide open.
Yes, it is.
And so look for Swain to try to pick that middle apart as we move forward. They've got to be able to make passes, though. And there's Briggs with a steal. Cade chases her and blocks it. That's off of Briggs. Swain basketball.
What a play.
Great job by Grace Cabe, who measured Briggs all the way down the court.
Wow.
Just running beside her, waiting for it, and a great job of blocking it. So Swain moving the ball quickly. They need some cutters to go through. There's Shook open in the corner. Good ball movement.
Yes, it is. Coach Galloway from Rosman screaming to get the trap. So far, our ball movement's kept them from that.
And Cabe is fouled. How close are we to a 1-and-1 at this juncture? Is that the 6th?
That's going to be the 3rd foul on Parton. Looks like maybe right now. That's it.
So
we're 1-and-1.
Cabe will shoot a 1-and-1 right here with Swain's lead at 16. It's worth mentioning Smith and Collins on the Swain bench with 4 fouls each. So Coach Turner will love to get into this 4th quarter where he can return with them. It's real hard to leave the low block when Taylor Collins is sitting down there to go trap.
That's exactly right.
Cabe good on the first one, stretches it back to a 17-point lead. Now we'll have a chance to run it back to 18 with another free throw. It rattles around and out. Galloway chases it down. She finds Dotson, and here come the Tigers. Shook over on Briggs, as we said.
Just denying her, not even letting her have a chance to even get it.
Like Velcro. She is not leaving her. They're going to make somebody else score. That shot up and in by Parton, but that's a layup essentially. 22 seconds and counting for the Devils. Hicks across midcourt, crosses over, kicks over to Yance, back to Cabe. Now Hicks weaves her way through, kicks it back into Yance. Yance goes up strong with the left hand, can't get it to go. Shook almost tied it up with Galloway, but couldn't. Now they kick it ahead to Briggs, who's on the run over there. Double team, poked out.
Great defense.
And that's going to do your quarter as Swain maintains their lead, 59-44. We'll be back with the final 8. So 8 minutes left in this one. Lady Devils 59-44 lead. And some foul trouble that they'll have to dice their way through here as the 4th quarter starts. And Smith will remain on the bench. Collins will return, as will Kira Shook, who turned in a great performance there in the 3rd quarter.
Yes, she did. The Briggs girl had really caught on fire there, and Coach made an adjustment, put Kiera on her, and basically said, don't let her touch it. And that's what she did for the final 3 minutes of that 3rd quarter.
It was great defensive effort by, good ball movement there.
There's Taylor.
Again from Hicks again. Now Dotson steams into the front court. Shot on the way from Dotson, and she banks on the 3.
So they're hanging around, Coach.
Hicks ahead to Collins again, who almost stumbles but lays it in. Big night from Taylor Collins when she's been able to play. Now Briggs tries to go past. Does. Collins can't challenge it, but is enough to presence to make her miss it. Now Hicks goes the other way, loses the handle on it, can't gain it back, and it will go over to Galloway, who'll go the other way with it. Yance misses her. Collins just has to let her go. Briggs with a rebound. Shook in there digging for it. Now she'll spin around again, shoot it over the backboard. There's Galloway who lays it in. So the Tigers have pulled back close here. Yance with it. Kicks it ahead. Cabe with numbers here.
3-on-1.
Shook up and under move, and
nice
Shook
move.
gets rewarded for that hard defense. Way to go, Kiera. 6:53. It's 65-49. The Tigers clawing their way back in this one. Shot is good, that time by Galloway, and now full court pressure by the Tigers. Hicks will weave her way through that pressure. Nobody stops ball, and Hicks goes all the way in, misses the shot, gets the rebound back, backs out to the three-point line. Yance with a three on the way, but Coach Turner had called timeout first.
Man, this fourth quarter's turned into a frantic pace.
It has. The pressure that the Tigers are putting on are forcing the pace to be at that frenetic pace a little bit, but it has really worked to the Lady Devils' advantage if they can just stay from getting fatigued.
That's right.
From not having the depth. Kiara Shook looks like she's in a little bit of a despair there trying to catch her breath. She's working hard.
She's working hard, that's right.
And she's done a great job. So after this one tonight, the Lady Devils will be on the road Monday at Blue Ridge and then Tuesday at Murphy to finish their regular season, and then tournament play begins on Thursday at Murphy. We'll have all the details for you that as soon as they become available on Wednesday. But Thursday, Friday, Saturday should be first-round games. And so Swain inbounds. Now they look inside to Collins, who is just dominating in the paint. Cade that time with the feed.
Wow.
Step back, Dodson with it. They work it over. Briggs works on that side. Galloway's in for shooting. That's a long three. Look who tracked that down. Taylor Collins tracked it down and then turns it over. And then a Galloway one-hander answers. Collins with it. She looks, finds Yance over to the side. Shook all alone in the corner. Ball fakes around all the way to the hole.
That a girl.
Kiara Shook with another bucket.
6 points for Kiara.
Big night for Kiara. They really needed her. All the way to the bucket. Off. Collins with another one.
23 points, 16 rebounds thus far.
She finds Yance, who steams by. Ashton's going all the way to the hole with basket. Ashton Yance with that left hand again. Big time play. And she will go to the line. Nicely done.
You can't give Ashton any room at all on that left side.
No,
she's so good with that left hand. She's going to the hole.
Traditional three-point play for Yance puts the Lady Devils on top, 72-53. So it stretches the lead back out to 19 as hard as the Tigers had worked to cut it down. Now Collins with 4 fouls works outside against Dodson. And here comes Briggs off the screen and tied up right there by Cade. Nicely done by Grace. It will remain Rosman ball, but that stopped that possession. Briggs will inbound it now with 5:23 remaining. I don't know what the Lady Devils season high on points is, but we've got to be coming close.
Got to be getting close. I'll see if I can look that up in just a minute, see what I can find.
Yance pulled that out of there after Cade knocked it away. Now Grace all the way with a Euro step, and she's fouled on the play by Galloway. And now Smith will be unleashed from the bench with her 4 fouls. And Cade will shoot a pair here at the free throw line. We're just over 5 minutes to go in this one. So the Lady Devils with a chance to extend here. Cade makes good on the first one. Smith will check in for Grace to give her a little break here as we head down the stretch. And as they shoot the free throw, we got a lane violation on Rosman. But as we shoot the free throw, Gracie Biggs is standing at half court, and Kiara Shook is looking like her shadow, standing there beside her.
78, Coach.
78
against
season
Andrews.
high. We're close. 73 right now. Dotson goes the other way. Yance in her pocket. So now Cabe and Yance to trap it. There's the open player. Shot on the way and good by Corinne Hawk. She rushes at Hicks. Hicks blows by her now into the front court. Kicks it ahead to Shook. Jumper on the way.
I'm telling you what, Coach.
Another bucket. Another assist for Lindsay. And now they get it to Briggs. She goes all the way to the hole but misses the shot. She's having to work awfully hard for her shots right now. Now here comes Yance. There's 3 white jerseys under the basket if Ashton can find them. She's bumped, and it'll be Galloway who comes away with it. And she passes it off to Dotson, and Cabe fouls Dotson in the backcourt. So Smith is coming in for Cabe. Ross will check in for Yance.
It's going to be Grace's second.
And Rosman will inbound, trailing by 20 with 4:20 and counting remaining in this game. Ross will pick up Dotson at the S. And now the Tigers will try to run Briggs off a couple of different screens to get her open. She shoots a running one-hander right to Collins is the miss. Now Ross will go one-on-one. She steams ahead, tries to fire it up. And no foul called, and that ball will be called off of Rosman as Kiara Shook's hustle saves that one. And Swain will inbound it. Nobody's going to cover Hicks on the three. That's up and off. Shook and Smith hustle for it. Smith tracks it down. Now Ross will have it back up top. The Devils will reset. Collins inside again.
Man.
And she just pumps that one home. Another bucket by Collins off the pass. There's a running one-hander. Another rebound by Collins. And now Smith will avoid the Tigers and go ahead. Nobody's got Collins.
Look
You
here.
think they would have figured that one out. They foul her this time. As the pressure is leaving Taylor Collins the whole area of the paint to work, and she's taking full advantage of it.
So that's Dodson's fourth foul.
And we're at 77 right now, so the Lady Devils a pair of Taylor Collins free throws away from a season high. And they've tied that season high now with 78. Coach Michael Turner is going to either have to take Kiara Shook out or call timeout pretty soon.
Coach, I have Taylor for 26 points and 19 rebounds.
And I'll be frank with you, I thought
27.
I thought at one time that 18 was the school record for rebounds in a game.
Wow.
So she's all over that if that's the case.
Holy cow.
Well, Alyssa's stay in the game was short.
That'll be number 5 for Sis.
Cabe and Jackson for her. Jackson's going to get Collins out.
Oh, I want her to get one more rebound.
Yeah, she needs another rebound.
I need to send Coach B a message.
Yeah, we need to get that down to the table, absolutely, of what we've got for her. So 23 is Ashton Dotson back to the free throw line again, and she makes the first one. And will now shoot a second one. And it is good. So Dotson makes both of those. So into the front court, Ross with a corner three that just wraps around and out. Cabe almost with the steal, and Briggs charges into the front court. Goes all the way to the hole and misses it. Gwen out of there with a rebound. Back up top to Dotson. She's got the three on the way. It's back off. Pulled out of there by Briggs. She loses the handle. Cabe dives for it. And it will be a jump ball. That should go Swain's way as Coach Turner trying to get a timeout. Here comes.
We got her back in the game.
Yeah, we got Collins back in the game in hopes of getting one more rebound to get 20. Shook will inbound. It's 2:54 remaining, 79-57 in favor of the good guys. That one's batted away. Dotson goes in. Now Hicks will commit the foul.
It's going to be Lindsay's fourth. So there goes Dotson back to the free throw line.
I marked the other two on you there.
Yes, you did. So, Lord of mercy, she's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 4. This will be 16 free throws.
She makes the first one. Ashton Yance is in. She's got Shook, and no one is more relieved than Kiara to get a breather right there.
Good D by Kiara. I'm telling you what.
She goes straight to the Gatorade jug. And that one's on the way. And we have proven that the Dodson girl is a very good free throw shooter.
13-16.
Hicks steams ahead through a couple of different Tigers, finds Collins, who lays that one in, and that's 29.
That's 29, and Lindsay's got 9 assists.
What a game. 81 points. You can put up some big numbers when you're scoring 81. Yance will draw the Briggs detail now. She gets rubbed off on the pick. Jackson
Go get it, Taylor.
Over.
There it is. She got it.
And here she comes on the fast
break.
Look here.
Come on. Oh, gosh. And one.
Woo! What a game.
Good Lord of mercy.
Woo.
I've never seen anything like this.
She
Holy cow.
Go to the line. Swain up 83-59.
14, 16, 18, 22, 4, 6, 8. 31 points and 20 rebounds.
What a night. Yance almost with a steal.
Holy cow.
We do have to say all of this is unofficial, but we're pretty darn close. Jeff is usually right on.
Wow.
So what a night for Taylor Collins. She checks out and received an ovation as well she should. Now the Tigers into the front
court.
court.
No, and I think Lindsay's going to be gone. Nope. 23, Bree Ross.
That should be 3 or 4 on her.
That's 4 on Bree. So that'll send guess who back to the free throw line. Miss Dodson, she knocks the first one down. Sorry, folks, it got a little staticky there. We're kind of crazy there on Taylor's breakaway basket. Dodson finally misses one.
She should be tired from shooting, to be honest with you. Ross comes out of there with it. Now we'll go the other way with ball in hand. Shoots it ahead to Shook, but it's poked out of bounds. And now it will be Shook. Nope, Ross to inbound. 2 minutes, 1 second remaining. 83-61 your score. And that one's tipped out of bounds over there by Harrison. It will be Swain basketball.
And also on her night where she's got her 1,000th point, Lindsay Hicks has 23 points and 9 assists. So she's looking at a double-double. It could be right here. Get in there. Oh. There's Shook.
So Swain applying some pressure, and
Kiera's like a little bulldog out there, man.
Playing well tonight. I'll tell you something, Jeff. This will be our last game that we cover this year, the Lady Devils, and they sure saved their best for the last.
Yes, they have. Wow.
Fantastic night for Swain. Ross fumbles that one away. Just don't foul out, Bree, and that one's laid in by Dotson, so she scores some way other than a free throw. And the Tigers will call timeout with Cabe at the scorer's table. And we're at 1:37 remaining. 83-63 your score. Lady Devils up still by 20 with short time remaining.
Yes.
And we do have the guys' game coming up after this, so stay tuned for that one. It should be
a dandy.
Every bit as exciting and every bit as many points scored the way the Tigers run and gun with their offense and their leading scorer back tonight. So it should be exciting.
Yeah, you and I are going to have to really catch our breath here in this next 10 minutes. It's going to be all that we can do to keep up with it, I'm sure.
We'll end the night as tired as Kiera should.
Golly, I know.
And work just as hard.
I've seen my last days of getting as tired as she is right now. I'd die.
You're right. But what a night for the sophomore. She has been big. Also, big night from the other sophomore, Taylor Collins.
Oh, man.
Lindsay Hicks night. Huge in scoring. Hicks out of the game right now. Let's see how long that lasts. And now Ross will bring it up. She finds Yance, throws it back behind Ashton, who can't get it. And it will be
he's thinking about it.
I don't know if he's asking for volunteers or not, but Lindsay had her hand up. I still don't have enough fouls. I can play. So Tigers run Briggs off 37 screens, and Kiera catches up in time to get a hand up to make it tough. And there's a traveling call.
Coach, I'm fairly sure since they put Kiera on her, she's not scored a point.
I think you're right.
She's not scored.
I think you're absolutely right. She had somewhere around 27 at that time, I believe you said.
Not scored again.
And Kiera has become the stopper here, the kryptonite, if you will. And they throw it into her. I think she's got 6 points, which is probably a career high also.
She does.
Kicked ahead. Go ahead, score that.
Oh,
come on, give him that. Love to get Lindsay that 10th assist tonight.
So close.
So Cabe will get a pair. We're at 113. And Lindsay Hicks' night might be over as Ross is at the scorer's table. And it's good, and there comes Hicks out.
Yeah, big night from her. Also, senior Grace Cabe here quietly. This is her 12th free throw. She's going to have about 8 points, 5 rebounds, 3 blocks, 2 steals. So
there's Charlotte with a steal underneath on the rebound. So offensive rebound and stick back for the other senior. A good night for the seniors as they've played well. All of the Lady Devils have. It's been a good night. Cabe tiptoes past that one. It'll be out of bounds off of them, and Hicks back up off the bench is grabbed by the back of the jersey and told to sit back down. So her night is probably over with 1 minute left to play in this one.
You know, we've reached all kinds of milestones tonight. I wouldn't mind seeing a big 9-0 up there.
That would be great.
We have 86 with under a minute to go.
Oh, Cabe spins but can't save that one, and that will be kicked ahead, caught by if Briggs is going to score, she's going to do it from the line. And Charlotte Jackson plows her on that one, and she'll go back to the line and shoot a pair here. And if she does score here, this will not have been against Kiera.
No.
Because this was on a fast break off a steal. Kiera was not there to defend, so her only points after that move defensively by Coach Turner have come in here at the free throw line with 45 seconds left when she gets 28. Cabe with another rebound. She kicks it ahead. Shook fights her way around and gets the ball, hangs on to it,
wow,
is held and goes down. What a job. Tenacity by Kiera Shook, which has shown up in her defensive play tonight. Now she'll get rewarded with a couple of free throws here, as the Lady Devils will shoot two all the way out. And it looks like Reagan McCall may be fouled out of this ball game.
I think so.
So Shook with a pair. I don't know if Taylor Collins is checking back in or just visiting the scorer's table for some gum. She is checking back in.
And, Coach, of course, this is unofficial, but I'm pretty close most of the time. If Kiera can knock this one down, it'll be point number 10.
Good for her.
She'll be in double digits.
Double figures, she's earned it. Come on, Kiera, knock this down. 87-64 your score, 37 seconds left. Get in there.
Gets the roll.
It's a good job, Key. Well done. 35 seconds and counting. There's a three on the way by the Tigers. It's long. Yance with the rebound. She goes the other way.
Going all the way. We could get 90. And this could be it.
Oh
my Lord.
Come on now.
Whew.
That was a pretty hard foul. Come on, Ashton.
That's a flagrant one, isn't
That's
it?
5 on Ashlyn Dotson. Yeah, in the NBA it would be. But Dotson is fouled out of this game now.
She's gone.
And Yance with a pair coming here as we're over 10. There's 25 seconds left. This could put the Lady Devils on 90. And it's off, but she gets 2, so we could end up with 89 here. So Yance with the second one on the way. It is up and good.
Knocks it down.
89-64, and Shook running step and step. She puts her head down and just goes to the hole looking to get 30. And that's going to be an Ashton Yance. And so back to the line will be Gracie Briggs with a shot at 30 here, if I'm not mistaken.
I think you're right.
She missed that one. Now she'll have a second one. Her shot is up, and it is off. And look who got the rebound.
Lord of mercy, where'd she come from?
And there's Briggs with the steal, so she got it anyway. But Taylor slipped into the ball game for Grace Cabe on that last one and grabs yet another rebound.
31 points, 21 rebounds.
Yance with the ball on the floor. She knows no way to go but hard to the hole, and she gets hammered in there. The Tigers are having none of that, so Ashton Yance, treated rather rudely on her last 2 trips to the bucket, has a chance to put the Lady Devils at 90 here. This is working on a 30-point quarter.
Boom, knocks it down.
Yes, it is. 59 at the end of third. Now we're at 90.
Wow, 31 points.
So Yance with a second one on the way, and it is good as well. 91 for the Lady Devils, a season high.
Down to 3 seconds. 2, 1.
And it is no good. That will do it. 91-66 your game. Big night for the Lady Devils on a couple of different ventures. The first Congratulations to Lindsay Hicks on her 1,000th point as a Lady Devil. A record for her, 4 years in the making. And congratulations to Taylor Collins on a career night.
Wow.
And what might be a school record. We'll check into it, and you'll be able to check into that on Maroon Devils Network next week. And also a great job by Kiera Shook defensively, and all of the Lady Devils. A well-earned win.
A phenomenal job. We can't say enough about the job that those ladies did tonight. Great to see. Great way to finish off their home season here tonight.
Absolutely. So we'll be back in just a few minutes with lineups and the start of your men's contest coming your way. And now let's meet our starting lineups for tonight's men's contest. First, for our visitors from Rosman. Number 1, Hooper Thomas. Number 23, Dakota Morgan. Number 30, Samuel Chappell. Number 32, Deland Thomas. And number 44, Luke Stewart. And now for your Maroon Devils. At one guard, a junior, number 20, Gage Southers. At a forward, another junior, number 15, Jesse Waldrew. The man in the middle, junior, number 12, Zeke Bradley. At forward, a senior, number 24, Seth Parker. And your other guard, senior, number 10, Briar Yachts. So we are almost set to go here from Swain High School tonight. Should be an exciting one, Jeff, as the Rosman Tigers in town.
Am I here?
Yeah.
I'm here. All right. Sorry about that, folks. I was off. The Rosman Tigers are here tonight. Fast-paced, high-octane offense. Coach Josh Galloway does a good job with these guys. He actually just got finished coaching the girls, so he's doing back-to-back duty tonight. So we're set for a fantastic, exciting game here tonight.
I sure think so, and a couple of very talented players for the Tigers. Deland Thomas jumping it up right there. And for the Maroon Devils, the red-hot Seth Parker tips it up. He controls it to Waldrew behind his back, improves his position,
nice
lays
move,
it in.
Jesse
Waldrew. Now here come the Tigers. As you said, fast-paced, looking for threes. First one launched. It's on its way. Short. Bradley with the rebound. Pace will be hot and heavy if the Tigers have their way. Poked away from behind, it will stay Swain basketball. Last night, the Maroon Devils victorious over the Hayesville Yellow Jackets in a great ball game. 2-point win. Parker inside works, fade away is off. Rebounded in there by the Tiger, Samuel Chappell. He kicks it ahead. Thomas with it on the wing, guarded by Yance and Parker. He kicks it over to Thomas, who has it. Reset the Tiger offense.
Two brothers.
He goes to Deland Thomas, their leading scorer, but he's missed a good portion of this season to injury. So I'm sure he would love to get on track. There's a three. 2 threes on their way so far, and that one's hits the out-of-bounds line and will be Swain basketball. If you followed the football season, you know that Deland Thomas was the tight end, I believe, for the Tigers.
Man, he was tight end, H-back, slot receiver. They put him all over the place. He's a tremendous athlete.
So Zeke Bradley comes out of there with it. All sorts of options for a three.
There's
He chooses Yance. It's off. Parker with a rebound is hammered over there by Deland Thomas.
My lands.
And that ball goes out of bounds.
Ooh.
We don't know which way it's going.
Golly bum.
So it's going Rosman way, and the Tigers in an all-black uniform with orange traced around their numbers is going to make it real hard on Jeff and I to identify people. So Hooper Thomas drug his pivot foot. It will be Swain basketball.
That's almost karma right there after that last little exchange down here.
The basketball phrase for that is ball don't lie, I believe.
That's it.
So Zeke Bradley will set the Maroon Devil offense. If you're new to following us, that's pretty much the norm. He's led the Maroon Devils in assists for the season. There's inside to Parker, who goes up and lays that one in. Good pass from Yance. And here come the Tigers right back. There'll be no resting in this one. They're going to push the tempo, and Swain is intent on doubling Thomas to get the ball out of his hands. Another three on the way. 3 shots, all 3 of them threes by the Tigers.
That's Dakota Morgan.
We saw this exact same strategy by the Devils last night with Josh Cottrell. A rush to double team as soon as he caught it and going inside to Parker. Parker, to me, looked like he was pushed in the back on that one, enough to throw off a shot. That's back to Morgan.
Another one. 2 in a row.
Dakota Morgan puts the Tigers ahead 6-4. Gage Southard whips a pass over to Yance, who waits, takes the shot. It's good. So Yance makes good on that one, ties us at 6. Morgan again, another 3 on the way. He's off with that one. Rushes for it. It's saved, but right to Briar Yance, who leads the break over to Parker. Looks for Southards. Back to Southards in the corner now. And Swain will set things up. Gage Southards takes it up top, fakes a shot inside to Parker. He's raked. No call. Waldrop posts up against Morgan. He spins up.
Gets the shot up.
And misses it. Rebounded by Chappell, who hands it off to Hooper Thomas. He fends his way through, pisses it back over. It's batted out of the way, right to Morgan, blocked by Bradley. We'll see how much that gets in the head of Morgan. And Bradley comes away with it. Fakes it. Yance with a good look at a 3, and that's off the front iron. Tigers with a rebound to Stewart. We're just underway. They're watching some records in the girls' game. Season high in points for the Lady Devils at 91, and now the Tigers and Devils go at it here and are tied at 6 just into the first. Waldrop spins his way out of there with it, maintains possession. Now he'll cross it over and set the offense. Southards improves himself over to the side, now kicks it back to Parker. Shot on the way by Seth is short. Rebounded by Thomas, over to Thomas. And ahead to Morgan. Now Morgan hesitates, goes to the basket, but is cut off.
Another 3.
That's good. They're going to shoot them, folks. If you love to watch threes go up, this is your team to follow.
This is the game.
This is the game right here.
That's it. So Zeke Bradley with the ball, drives hard to the basket, no call. Rebounded by Hooper Thomas from the Tigers. He's going to race the ball back down to the middle of the court, pulls up, stops, pops. And it's going to be short. Scrum for the basketball. Jesse Waldrop kicks it ahead. There's number 23, Dakota Morgan for the Tigers to put in a 2.
They may need to get Hooper Thomas out of this game. He's the first one to shoot something other than a 3. He may need a little bench time.
Go get him.
Think about his transgressions there.
That's right.
Back inside to Parker again, and he is off with that one. And the Tigers with a rebound. They look ahead. There's DeLand Thomas out on the break. Pull up 3, and it's no good. Big rebound comes out. Parker can't win the race. Morgan with it. Now they'll set things up. Bradley Vestal off the Swain bench, ready to check in for the Devils. There's a cut to Thomas. It's raked at by 3 Maroon Devils. He kicks it back out. And Chappell will reset things over to Hooper Thomas. DeLand Thomas through, elbow extended. Shot rolls off. Waldrop with a rebound. And now the Devils will bring it up. Zeke Bradley sets the offense. He's guarded in there by DeLand Thomas. Parker unable to come away with the pass. And now Morgan over there, who leads all scorers, will shoot and score again.
Woo. He's got 10 points. Dakota Morgan. And we're going to have a timeout on the floor by Coach Scotty McMahon. It's going to be a full.
And it is a full one. That'll give us a chance to tell you that these Maroon Devils will be at Blue Ridge on Monday, and then Murphy to round out the regular season on Tuesday. The Smoky Mountain Conference tournament will get underway on Thursday at Murphy, and we'll have all the pairings for you on the Maroon Devils Network.
And it will take at least until Wednesday probably for that meeting to occur, so that's when you can probably expect those brackets to be out sometime Wednesday afternoon.
And then, as we detailed for you last night, the playoffs are very much up in the air as to what's going to happen with both the Lady Devils and Maroon Devils, as is the case with every team in the Smoky Mountain Conference except the top 2.
Except Hayesville and Cherokee. They've got their ticket punched, and everybody else is fighting for a big win in that tournament, win the whole thing, and you can punch yours as well.
And Jeff, I'll be honest with you, the thing I don't like about the new High School Athletic Association pairings and the way they do that is that there's a Bradley pulls the trigger on a 3, it comes right back to him. He tries to go inside, has it poked away, the Tigers will have it. The thing that bugs me about that stuff is that there seems to be a skew about what is a difficult game and what is not. And that skew is seems to punish the Smoky Mountain Conference. I'm not talking just about from a Swain standpoint. I'm talking about our entire conference.
Right, the whole conference. I agree.
And you and I talked about it last night off the air. There's a layup for freshly into the ball game 15. That's Jonah Whitman. Yance with a fadeaway, and the Maroon Devils taking much more difficult shot than the Tigers so far. That's ahead to 30, who's Samuel Chappell. He misses it. Yance caused it. Now Bradley comes the other way. He goes all the way through, kicks it to Waldrop for an easy layup. So 15-8 now your score as the Tigers had made a big run to pull away there. We'll get back to that thought on the playoffs here in just a second. Again, another 2-point shot. The Tigers much less successful with those than they are threes. No-look pass from Yance to Vestal. And Vestal makes good on the assist from Yance. 15-10 now your score. And now the Tigers look to get their offense going. They don't need a shot clock. They just need to be able to shoot.
That's going to be on Briar Yance, his first.
And like the Lady Devils, the Maroon Devils have had their difficulties with foul trouble all year as well. Last night, one of the few times when we've been on the air, Jeff, that we've been able to see Zeke Bradley play a full game unencumbered, and it really turned out good for the Maroon Devils.
The difference he makes when he's on the floor is just unbelievable. He absolutely just fills up a stat sheet with all the things he does. I mean, you look tonight, he's already got 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 blocks. Just does it all.
So Hunter Call has checked in for Jesse Waldrop. Previously, Bradley Vestal came in for Seth Parker, who will take a breather now. Both free throws good by Samuel Chappell, and Vestal will bring the ball up now, looking to set the Swain offense. Southridge works on the wing, step back 3 on its way, front iron no good. Call worked in there but couldn't get it away from Hooper Thomas. Kicked ahead, and they've got a wide open look over there for a 3 by Chappell. Bradley with another rebound, and he'll walk it up for the Maroon Devils. Kicks it over to Southridge, who bobbled it but held on. Now he looks, there's Yance with a clean look at a 3, and that one's short, pulled down out of there by Whitman, who hands it off to Whitmire. 3 on the way as I look at my stat sheet to get names. And here come the Devils. Numbers not Yance's favor. He takes the runner.
It down.
Looked like he got contact, no call. It goes for him, and it's 17-12. We're at 15 seconds left in this first quarter. Back up top. Whitman rolls around. Now they look to the block, which almost looks like a mistake. Bradley reaching in, can't get it.
3 seconds. We're down to 2.
Thomas shoots it and doesn't get it. So that's going to do your first quarter of play. And the Maroon Devils trail at 17-12. We'll stay here through that one, and we'll finish that thought about the playoffs. You and I talked off camera last night about the fact that it always seems that no matter what happens in any sport, Mount Airy seems to be at home and one of the higher seeded teams.
They get the higher seed, and you look at those records from last night, they don't even have the best record. And it seems like every year, it doesn't matter what sport it is, here we are, all of our schools, we're going to load up on a bus and we're going to drive 2 or 3 hours to play people. And I don't understand how that continues to happen year after year.
I'm at a loss as to how the conference that Mount Airy's in, the conference that East Surrey's in, the conference that East Wilkes is in, is better than the Smoky Mountain Conference.
Yeah, I don't think anybody can explain that. I mean, if you look at their conference and what they get out of it, you'd think they were playing in the ACC or something, and we were in the, I don't know, the Ivy League or something, the Sun Belt. I wasn't going to take a shot at Appalachia.
I don't care.
But, yeah, you're right, and I don't understand it.
Yeah, I'd love to see what they figure into that. They say it's fair, but when you're going toe-to-toe like we did last night with Hayesville, and you're in here tonight with Rosman going toe-to-toe, our conference is pretty strong when it comes to stuff. We have a great track record at winning.
Maybe we need to set up one of those little cross-conference deals like they do in college.
Yeah.
We could have what conference are they in up there? What's that called? The Northwest or whatever?
Yeah.
That versus the Smoky Mountain Conference deal.
I'd love it. So Stuckey into the game. He misses his first shot. DeLand Thomas gets the rebound. He'll come out of there with it now and steam ahead into the front court, crossing over, throwing up a wild shot. That'll be Swain basketball. And the official was something said to Briar Yance. So he had his uniform turned over his waistband. Southers has that one pop off of his hand. So we're still 17-12 here in this one. 7:24 in the second rather.
You know, it's really hard for this Swain team right now to kind of not fall in what I would say a trap. Rosman is going to run and gun. That's what they're going to do. And it's very hard for us not to get caught up trying to do that ourselves and being careless with the basketball. We've
Absolutely.
seen a little bit of that start this game.
Vestal coast to coast lays that one in, and the Maroon Devils are back to within 3 here. And the Tigers have struggled against this particular group. That looked like a clear out by the Hooper Thomas, but it's going against Seth Parker.
Going against Seth.
So holy cow.
His first, team second.
Jack Stuckey out after giving Zeke Bradley a few quality minutes there to catch his breath. And Hooper Thomas will inbound and throws it in to Luke Stewart and returns it. Looked like he carried it twice.
He did.
And now the Tigers will set up against the Swain man-to-man, which you almost have to play against them to force them off the three-point line. That's Stewart with a 2. He'll need to come out.
Another one. Knocks it down.
He makes that one. The problem is 2 Maroon Devils are back here trying to get the quick out. Yance gets that one off the Bradley pass. A lot of looseness with the basketball. We know he can hit a 3.
Yes,
He's got another one queued up there. Rebound inside and
Luke Stewart
in for the Tigers. 6-10 and counting, 21-16 your score. Yance with it. Goes inside. Floater is good.
Briar feeling it. 8 big points.
Well, I feel like as a senior, he realizes against this offense, there's going to have to be some people who have big nights.
It's going to be called on the floor.
But more importantly, on Parker again.
So that's 2 on Seth.
Yeah, those are the problems we worry about.
So number 22, Wes Whitmire into the game for Rosman. He will get number 23, Dakota Morgan. And
Waldrop.
Yep.
For Vestal in the Swain lineup.
Sorry, I have to be careful what I say. I've apparently got a critic at home. So I'm a little nervous about what to say. My daughter's giving me grief. So if I go quiet, you know what it is.
There's another 3, this one by Hooper Thomas.
It's his second.
24-18. So Bradley works on that side. Pull up back over to Southern.
There's Gage.
Look at a 3, and he's way off with that one. Waldrop chases it down and catches it. He could have went backcourt and retrieved that, I believe, on the rebound, couldn't he?
Yes, he could have.
Vestal is set to check back in. He got Parker, who has the 2 fouls. So Southers will inbound.
Look for Zeke to step out and come right back inside. Nope, didn't overplay him. Back to Gage.
Yance with it over to Waldrop on that wing. I believe the Tigers are actually in a zone. 3 on the way. Waldrop was fouled on the play, no call. And the offensive foul on Yance.
Boy! Woo! Wow. And that's going to be 2 on Briar Yance.
Those big fouls. 5:14 remaining in the second period of play here from Swain. Hooper Thomas poked away there by Vestal. Waldrop comes away with it. Now he goes behind his back, hands it off to Southers, who brings it up. And there's a block. Does a basket count? It should.
It should count. Can't see the number 30. Samuel Chappell. They're not going to give it to him.
They call it on the floor. So poked away, but Yance is able to retrieve it. Vestal on the wing improves, running one-hander. It's off. Bradley with the rebound, tries to get himself inside, is murdered, and they're going to call a travel.
Oh, boy. It's a lot of contact down there, but nonetheless, Zeke gets the travel call.
So the Tigers cross the midcourt, 24-18 now, their lead. Bradley with a steal.
And the jam, throws it down, Zeke Bradley.
So Zeke answers emphatically, and there's a throwaway by the Tigers. And that brings the Swain crowd to their feet.
Maybe that's the spark. It gotten dead as a doornail in here. Big play, Zeke Bradley.
We need a big bucket right here as well to answer. There's Yance coming off of the screen down. He kicks it back to Waldrop. Bradley goes inside. Southard's fires, misses the shot. Now the Tigers bring it back up court. How is that not a walk? I don't know. And Hooper Thomas is letting loose a string of obscenities out there, nothing called. He was inadvertently kicked in the face as Vestal went by and screamed at the top of his lungs, and then had several curse words, and nothing called. Swain trying to get a timeout the entire possession, and nobody acknowledged him. Finally, Gage Southard's told the official timeout. So the timeout stands. It's 26-20 in favor of the Tigers right here, 3:43 remaining. I want to get back to that conference disrespect thing, and that's the only thing I hate to just continue beating a dead horse, Jeff, but it really hurts in the playoffs. And I point back to the fact that over the years, let's say we include a 20-year sample size, there's very few sports that have been played that have not had the top team from the Smoky Mountain Conference in the running or competing for a state championship.
That's exactly right. I mean, you look at the tradition of this conference in all sports, we're always there. We're always in the mix. And for us not to get the respect we deserve because of that, I just don't get it. I don't understand it.
I don't understand that strength of schedule business either, and it just baffles me to no end that what that's going to end up forcing us to do is continuing to have to find ways to play the Pisgahs, the Franklins, the T.C. Robertsons to up our strength of schedule, and we both know that's a daunting task. You've got to have a very good team to be able to compete.
That's what I was going to say. It's a double-edged sword because you can play those guys, but if you don't have that group, well, then you're not going to win, so you're getting hurt twice, really.
Then you get blown out. And then it's the schedule.
That's right.
I mean, it's the score factor, and all of a sudden it hurts you. So the foul on Waldrop as Whitmire aggressively took it all the way to the hole. I think it bears watching from us and the three officials, the battle inside between DeLand Thomas and Zeke Bradley. They were really going at each other on that last possession. Two highly emotional players who are caught up in trying to win this ball game for their teams.
That aren't going to back down.
And are not going to back down. They are pitted against each other again. Inside down there. See Bradley, a poor pass inside. Southard's fires again, that one off. Waldrop tries to corral the ball from Whitman. It's kicked ahead. Hooper Thomas drops it off. 3 on the way. And it back irons. Waldrop chases it down. Will be double teamed. Vestal wide open on this end has got it on the breakaway. And so Waldrop with a long pass pays off for the Maroon Devils. 2:50 and counting, 28-22. We're on a 30-point quarter here. And so scores about what we would expect, to be honest with you. Come on, Zeke, do not reach.
We got a timeout.
Timeout over there, and the Tigers will take it. And 2:40 remaining in that 28-22 your score. And I guess just to continue that thread we're talking about on the playoffs is will that change? Probably at some point, but if it does, like I alluded to last night, it goes back to my least favorite playoff scenario where you say that this year the Smoky Mountain Conference #1 is the top seed. They'll host. Well, it might be a year where our top seed is 16-5,
right,
and somebody else is 21-0. They got to come here because that's what it says in the book,
right.
And then you only get that once every 4 to 5 to 6 years because you share it with so many other conferences. So that is not, in my book, that is not a solution.
I don't like that one at all.
So I don't know. we'll see how things shake out. These playoffs will be very telling as to what happens. The other sports like baseball, softball are all this similar format, so that's what we're going to break into. Football, of course, is different because of the big and small classifications, and it tends to water down the field just a little bit, just because of the sheer numbers and that you have to get in there. Bradley tracks that one down on the Tiger miss, and Swain now with a chance to pull even closer. Vestal penetrates baseline, spins it up around left-handed. Waldrop almost has it. Vestal gets it back. Now he'll pick his way around. It's knocked out of bounds by Thomas. It'll be Swain basketball. 2:19 before the first half is over. Yance over on the wing, looks for Southers to come through. It was slow developing, so he pulls back. Now Bradley guarded out on the wing, proves himself, tries to look inside the Waldrop. It's poached away, and the Tigers are on the break. All the way to the hole and off. Bradley and Thomas get into it. Waldrop punches it away. Tiger hits the floor there in the form of Wes Whitmire. No call. And that is punched out of bounds.
Just so people don't think we're favorites up here, we got away with one there.
Yeah, absolutely.
We got away with a foul there. Big time.
Absolutely. But we are favorites.
We are favorites, that's right.
I won't deny it. Yance thought about it, back to Southers. Now he dribble improves, stop, pop. We got a foul inside. Let's see who that's on.
It's on Thomas.
I said earlier, Bears watching. Those two are going to get after each other in there, and they may develop foul trouble just guarding each other. Yance steps through off the inbounds pass.
Good play.
Vestal just misses a steal. Now there's a carry, but not called. Another carry, not called. 3 on the way. Side shot, sling, and inside DeLand Thomas is fouled by Vestal. And he takes a push at Vestal, who gets an Academy Award. Nothing called other than the foul on Vestal.
I don't mean to laugh. Bradley gave it a good try.
Yeah.
Maybe he should have flopped on into the bleachers over there where the cheerleaders are.
There's no fine for that in high school basketball. So Thomas is on the board with a free throw with 1:28 remaining before the half.
His first point.
He's got his second now. Tigers by 6 as the Maroon Devils bring it into the front court. The trap you fall into, of course, Jeff, as you well know, in these situations, being behind, is you have to find a way to dig out from being behind, and sometimes that means playing their style to do it.
That's right.
There's Yance on the step away. Bradley gets the rebound and put back, and he and Thomas still remain tangled as they head down court, exchanging elbows with each other, so that bears watching at some point.
Yeah, it's going to come to a head.
Zeke does not pick up a foul that would end up putting him on the bench for that, and there it is. They're going to whistle him.
I think that's just his first.
It won't be his last.
No,
the way
it won't
he
be
and
his
Thomas
last.
Are going at
That's
it.
exactly right. So I believe it's going to be a 1-and-1 situation.
Not bad for just being 50 seconds left in the first half.
So Thomas will go back to the line for 1-and-1.
Makes the first, now we'll have a second. And makes the second, 32-26. Vestal brings it up. Southers improves himself in, stop and pop. And he is fouled by Wes Whitmire. As the call goes, Whitmire some words for the officials.
Yeah, Mr. Shope won't listen to that long.
So Southern's at the free throw line, and he misses that one. 39.5 before the end of the first half. And he will attempt a second one, the junior, guard. He's got that one, so it's 32-27. Here comes Whitmire charging into the front court. Southern's almost with a steal, and Samuel Chappell almost ends up in Paul Crawley's lap down at the scorer's table. So Whitmire will inbound it, guarded by Jesse Waldrop. All for close to 5. Thomas powers his way through and then runs all over.
That's going to be offense, and it is.
Briar Yance with an offensive foul.
That's going to be 2 on Dalen Thomas.
So the Devils inbound now, 27.1. It'll be Southers to bring it up. He'll be picked up by Whitmire once he crosses half court. Goes to Yance on the wing. Double screen coming out of that. Waldrop takes it back, then looks at Bradley inside on the post. Over to Vestal.
We're down to 10 seconds. Going to have to get some movement. 6.
And a jump ball.
Going to stay with Swain.
3.8 remain. They'll be able to inbound it from underneath their own goal. Southers will inbound. Nobody on Yance. He'll catch and shoot. He's knocked down.
Oh,
and
I hear a whistle
for that. Let's see if Briar gets 3 for his troubles as he's knocked down. It's on the floor, so we'll have 1 second left to inbound. Briar thinks he's shooting, but he's not.
Oh, boy. Whew.
So 1 second remains. Time to catch and shoot. Southers will inbound in front of a very angry Swain crowd who did not like that call at all. And he tries to bounce it off the Rosman player. And Jesse Waldrop runs over him, and Rosman will shoot free throws before they go down to the half. Waldrop has picked up another foul.
It's going to be 2 on Jesse.
So that's going to send Wes Whitmire to the free throw line to shoot 1-1 with a score of 32-27. First one is good. Second one good. And that's your first half.
Oh, we've got something else, Coach. Our crowd just reacted big time. Got a technical foul.
22.
On number 22, so that's going to be Wes Whitmire, his second. So Swain is going to send Gage Southers to the free throw line on a technical foul by Rosman. Gage hits the first one. I've got a feeling, Coach, that's not going to be the last technical of this game.
I think you're right.
And hits both of them, so that's a big turn of events there.
So the two scores wash each other out, and that will do our first half. The coaches with some questions for the officials for explanation-wise for whatever is going on here. And your halftime score is going to be 34-29, a 5-point advantage for the Rosman Tigers, who now the Tigers are going to, coaches have some questions for the officials. I think it involves possession error for the second half.
Yes.
Really and truly, you got to give Paul a chance to flip that thing over.
Yeah, give him a chance. He'll get it.
So we'll be back with second half action in just a few minutes. So we're back, ready for second half action here from Swain High School as the score is 34-29 in favor of the bad guys. Bad guys tonight are Rosman.
The Rosman Tigers.
And the Maroon Devils will open with their starters for the second half. They are coming out as if it is their ball. And in fact, it will be Rosman ball. Again, some more discussion, coach to official over there, as we're.
And Mr. Shope's going to go ahead and get it going.
Underway. Thomas works with it over there against Bradley. Now passes off to Hooper. He traveled with the ball. And so now Southards will inbound.
Yeah.
Bradley cuts, but no luck. Now Waldrop goes by, avoids the contact, but gets his own rebound.
There's another one on Thomas.
Thomas clearing out in there.
Number 3.
You and I talked about that a little bit at halftime, that he is likes to get contact on anybody who crosses into that paint. And he comes away with a steal on that one. And he'll go all the way down, carries the ball a couple of different times, tries to lay it in, but no luck. They kick it ahead to Parker, who goes in and lays it in despite the contact.
Was that Zeke?
Yes. And now Hooper Thomas works against Seth Parker out there, and Parker's going to pick up number 3.
Not a good foul there.
And the Devils are to within 3, the closest they've been since the first quarter. And Hooper Thomas will inbound here, does so to DeLand Thomas. He goes against Yance all the way to the hole, and the layup does not go, but a foul on Briar Yance.
Coach, that's going to be Briar's 3rd.
So Parker and Yance both with 3 fouls. And Thomas back to the free throw line. First one is good. He'll now shoot a second one. More discussion forthcoming from the Rosman bench to the officials over here. And that one bounces right back to Hooper Thomas. Jesse Waldrop swoops in and steals that pass. Now he'll bring it up and set the Maroon Devil offense. It was off the screen and cuts inside. Southards looks down low, does to Parker. It spills away from him. And Thomas goes hard the other way. And there's Zeke Bradley's 3rd. So within the first minute of the third quarter, the Maroon Devils now have a plethora of foul trouble. Parker and who's the other?
Briar has 3. That's
Yance with 3 and Bradley with 2. DeLand Thomas with 3. So apparently these officials talked about at halftime getting control of the game, and whenever officials talk like that, it doesn't turn out good.
Let's see, it's 8:48. We may still be here at 10. Nice give and go. Look at that. Oh, and Seth missed it.
And he almost picked up number 4 by bumping. They're going to bail him out with a 3rd on Bradley. Nope.
Oh,
Waldrop.
Jesse. It's going to be his 3rd, though. So we're getting into some pretty rough waters here, foul trouble-wise.
5 calls, and we're a minute and not even a half into the second half. 4 of those against the Maroon Devils. So whatever the Rosman squad is using over here for their coach to talk to the officials as they come by seems to be working. Thomas makes that one. Emphatically yells boom to his bench, and now they are back up on top by 9, 40-31. The Maroon Devils have scored 2 so far in this quarter. Waldrop works with it over on the wing. Southards with it up top. Bradley trying to work his way inside with position. Does now, spins, his double team, hands it off to Parker, who lays that one in. And it's 40-33. Thomas steams into the front court, finds DeLand Thomas. He's back to Hooper Thomas. They had Stewart open in the middle. There's a deep 3. It rattles around and off. Bradley with the rebound, and now he kicks it all the way down court to Yance, who goes up around Hooper Thomas, who barks at his teammates about something. That one's picked off by Bradley. He'll lead the break going the other way. 3-on-2 now behind his back inside. Waldrop and Parker both in the same neighborhood, and the foul will be on Stewart.
44, Luke Stewart, his
and
first.
It will be Swain's ball out underneath. Here comes Whitmire and Whitman back into the lineup. Hooper Thomas comes out with no nice words to say, along with Stewart. And there's a clear out by Whitman. And there laid it in is Samuel Chappell all the way back down court. Parker comes down with it. Short mid-range jumper is short. Rebounded by Whitman.
Easy, Seth.
Whitmire brings it across. Dumps it for Whitman. Open for the three. He sets, delivers, and shoots it. Waldrop almost with it. He and DeLand Thomas crash into each other. And we've got Rosman basketball. Swain basketball
must changed his mind.
Southern's all the way into the front court, stops and pops with a one-hander, tries to get the rebound, and he is fouled over there by Jonah Whitman, who comes out the worst for the wear. It will be Swain ball out underneath. And that will be Swain basketball as well. As Dakota Morgan dug in there and pulled that one out. So now Southern's will inbound from right in front of the Swain Gatorade coolers. He finds Yance up top. Now Breyer will set the offense. Bradley thought about a deep three. Goes all the way back across court to Southern's. He drives baseline against DeLand Thomas. Gets stuck. Parker back out to Yance. Yance three on the way, and
boom,
it's good.
Knocks it down.
So the score now 42-38. The Devils have fought their way back to 4. Bradley Vestal off the Swain bench. Back over to Morgan. To Thomas. Covered by Yance and Parker. He spins out of there. Goes all the way to the hole. Misses it. Bradley had it. Knocked out of his hands. Now they'll spill together over there. He's out of bounds trying to get it. It will be Swain basketball.
Wow. That was quite the skirmish over there.
Vestal for Waldrop. Hooper Thomas for Dakota Morgan. So Vestal will inbound it. 4:14 remaining in the third period of play. Things hot and heavy here.
It's just like we're sitting on the edge of our seat.
For the Tigers and Devils. Parker out top, swings the ball over to Southerns, then to the corner to Yance. Yance has two to choose from on the blocks, Parker and Bradley. Yance fires a three. It's short and off. Rebounded, and Parker has picked up number 4.
So that's big.
With 3:55 remaining in the third, Seth Parker will sit down with his 4th foul.
So he's going to have to sit for a while.
Now into the front court with it is Wes Whitmire. It goes to Hooper Thomas. Curl three is on the way. Bradley with the rebound. Now he brings it up, finds Yance on the wing. Back cross court, Southern's feet set, shot on the way.
Knocks
and
it
three
down.
is good from Yance. And the Devils are back to within 1, the closest they've been since the first quarter. And Whitmire goes to the basket, and Waldrop has picked up his 4th.
It's going to be 4 on Jesse. So Hunter Call and Jake Waldrop and the guys better be ready, because their number's going to be called.
2 shots on the way for Wes Whitmire. I have no idea what's going on. They have shown Zeke Bradley to the bench because his shirt was not tucked in. And I literally cannot make this stuff up.
Oh, my land.
Goes to my continuing objection that I feel Zeke has been unfairly targeted.
He is. And he had words with him right over there just a minute ago before we inbounded the ball over there. So Wes Whitmire steps up, makes the first free throw. He will get one more.
Second one on the way is good. So the Devils had pulled to within one. Now it's 3 with 3:23 remaining in this fourth period. Vestal to Waldrop. That would be Jacob Waldrop. Southard's works on Thomas out there. Spins it inside to Yance. And that touched, it looks like, Samuel Chappell down there as he and Yance spill to the floor and will stay Swain basketball. Southard's will inbound. Finds Call. He hands it back to Southard's. 3, deep one on the way. Yance fights for it, jump ball.
It's going to stay Swain.
That will give Swain the ball back. Bradley will check back in with his shirt tucked in. They're trying very hard. Now Jacob Waldrop will help him. And Swain will inbound it. Briar Yance out to Vestal.
Oh, he's got Zeke on the block.
Zeke was wide open and they didn't see him, and then Call forced it, and Hooper Thomas steams out of there. 3 pull-up on the way. It's way off. Southard's with a rebound. DeLand Thomas tries to reach around him. Vestal with a 3 on the way.
Boom! Knocks it down.
And so we're tied at 44 with 2:40 remaining in the third period. Dakota Morgan takes the inbound pass from Whitmire. Whitmire. And now it's Hooper Thomas all the way to the hole. And they get the stick back from Morgan. The Tigers back on top by 2. Bradley backs his way down. Turnaround jumper from the free throw line extended is no good. He misses as he digs for the ball. Now they find Whitmire, and he will rush it up. He's got wide open in the corner, and that's going to be on Briar Yance. It'll be his 4th.
It's going to be 4 on Briar. So Swain in a world of foul trouble now, folks. Briar with 4, Jesse with 4, Seth with 4, and Zeke with 2.
Jesse back off of the Swain bench. He will come in for Yance. 2:10 remaining. And that is good by Samuel Chappell. Check that,
Waldrop.
Jacob Waldrop.
Yep.
He grabbed the wrong twin. I was wondering, but. And now a second one on the way from Samuel Chappell with a chance to push this back up to 4, and does so. The Maroon Devils with some work to do here, folks. 48-44, 2 minutes to go in the third period of play. Hunter Call turns the corner, goes up, fades it away, and gets it to roll. So Hunter Call turned the corner there and was able to get that up with his left hand and make that go. Whitmire with the ball on the string, works out front against Call. Now he'll be double teamed. He drives to the basket. DeLand Thomas 3 on the way, and he makes it. So 51-46, 5-point lead now for the Tigers. Into the front court, Waldrop to Southard. Southard's inside to, and there's a foul, and it's on Thomas. That will be.
That's going to be 4
on him. Southard's will inbound. Stewart at the table. He's going to get DeLand Thomas. Nope, he is not. He gets Morgan instead.
Ooh, that's big. Take it at him right here.
Southard's shot is off. Vestal crashes the boards and will be called for the foul.
Bradley's first.
We're going to be shooting free throws from now on. This contest with 9 minutes, 25 seconds remaining in it will turn into a free throw shooting contest.
So if you're at home watching, you might want to get you another glass of tea or whatever you got. You're going to have plenty of time.
Yeah, this one's going to crawl along.
It'll take a while.
Luke Stewart at the line. He'll shoot 1 and 1. That one's good. 52-46, 6-point lead. Second one for Stewart is good. So he makes good on both of those. 7-point advantage now for the Tigers. Bradley Vestal into the front court for the Maroon Devils. Over to Jacob Waldrop to Hunter Call, who tries to go by. DeLand Thomas's hit, and that's a block, and it counts. So that will be on Whitmire rather than Thomas, as Whitmire stepped in to bail him out. But Hunter Call, being aggressive, drove to the bucket, felt contact, got his shot up, and it went. So he'll have a 3-point play opportunity the traditional way here.
Good minutes for Hunter Call.
And he is up and off with that. Jacob Waldrop tries to keep it alive, and a foul will be on Jacob, and it will send them back to the free throw line. As we said, let the free throw shooting begin.
Wow.
Jonah Whitman off of the Tiger bench. He's coming in. Let's see who he gets. DeLand Thomas with 4 fouls, 1:16 remaining in this period. He will sit down.
Well, I will tell you, Coach, that Rosman, this will be free throw 21 and 22, and we've shot 4.
I find that very hard to believe.
Excuse me, 5. I missed one.
That's a rather large disparity. Rosman's going to take a 30-second timeout and talk about things here as the lead is ballooned back up to 7 and not a lot of options available for Coach Scotty McMahon.
No, he's down at the end of his bench now. Stuckey and the guys are going to have to be ready to roll. Again, just to recap, Briar Yance has 4 fouls. Zeke Bradley 2 fouls. Jesse Waldrop with 4 fouls. And Seth Parker also with 4 fouls. So you've got 3 starters right now, 1 foul away from being out of this ball game. Not even to the 4th quarter yet.
Yeah. And the Tigers quite content that every time Zeke Bradley touches the ball, they send 3 black shirts at him.
Yeah.
Try to get the ball out of his hand and force somebody else to be the one who scores. And so at this point, Jacob Waldrop will inbound to Bradley Vestal, 1:16 and counting. They kick it up to Call. Call has the pass kicked, but no call. And it will be coming the other way for the Tigers. And they got a travel on that one. That's Hooper Thomas called for the travel. It will be Swain basketball. Under a minute in the 3rd period of play. Call on the wing again, back up top to Waldrop. He rotates it to Southers. Vestal waits in the corner. Bradley at the high post. All the way across court with a skip pass. 3 on the way from Call.
Oh, in and
out. And Whitman there with a rebound. Vestal almost picks it off, but Whitmire comes the other way, all the way across court to Hooper Thomas. He goes inside and is met by Jacob Waldrop or Hunter Call. That's Call with the foul. That will send Hooper Thomas to the line. 34.9 and a chance to extend this thing back to a 9-point lead for the Tigers. First one is off. And now he will have a second one for his troubles. And again, number 15 was not shown to the bench.
His shirt's out. Put him out of the game. Put him out. I don't understand that. Why did our 12 have to come out, but their 15 does not?
Free throw is good. And now Swain into the front court. Call looks the court over, spins it back over to Waldrop to Southers on the other side. We're under 30 left. Skip pass to Call to the baseline. It's batted out of there, but Hunter Call will take it, drive to the hole, and shoot.
Puts it in.
Hunter Call, some big points off the bench for the Maroon Devils. We're under 20 and counting. Whitmire to the front court. There's a 3 on the way.
No way. Whew. So that's going to be on Zeke Bradley.
And he gets 3 free throws. That was not during the act of shooting.
No, it was not at all.
We saw the same call in the girls' game, and the ball was 1-1. So 56-50 with 9 seconds left, and 3 free throws coming for Jonah Whitman. 3 fouls now on Zeke Bradley. Yance, Parker, and Waldrop sit the bench with 4. For the Tigers, DeLand Thomas, their leading scorer, is on the bench with 4. So we're under 10, ahead to call. He tries to turn the corner, is fouled, no call, and he makes that one under 5. And that one's off, but it will not count if it goes. And that's going to do our third period with the Tigers on top, 59-52. Final 8 getting ready to come your way here on the Maroon Devils Network. It's all in for the Maroon Devils. Waldrop, Parker, and Yance all back in the ballgame. DeLand Thomas still on the Tiger bench to open the fourth. So we're just underway here. Let's see if the Maroon Devils can not foul out.
It's going to be a tall task.
Bradley now with 3. Hooper Thomas 3 on the way, and it's good. 10-point lead now for the Tigers. Maroon Devils, deep hole to dig out of. And that will stay Swain. Ball off of Rosman. Into Yance up top over to Waldrop. He looks inside. No one open. Now Parker works by himself. There's a brief fleeting second there where Yance and Parker are wide open. There's a long pass. Yance tips that one away. We've seen that enough to know that you're not going to complete that deep pass. And Yance gets the stick back to pull to within 8 here. Here comes the Tigers. And Yance roll the dice and come out on top there. Spin.
Nice play. Oh, no.
Yance spun the dice over there with a 5th foul and
he
stepped in front and got that. They had a substitution at the table. Now they're incredulous because they didn't get to the front of the table to be able to get subbed for. Stand to the sides. You don't get in the game, guys. Come on. Yance pump fakes a 3, shoots it, misses it. Parker rode out of bounds by Stewart. Bradley whips that one out of the way. Parker inside, and it'll be Swain, check that Rosman ball off of Parker. Vestal, Thomas back in. Vestal coming in as well. He's got Waldrop. So a lot of action in a few minutes there, but nothing really come out of it. 62-54, still your score, an 8-point lead. So Whitmire looks to penetrate. Vestal picks his pocket. Swain has not been able to come up with any kind of, and the two, Thomas and Vestal throw the ball at each other. The officials have warned Bradley Vestal now. So that's good, I guess.
Oh, my frustration level is high. I'm just having to be quiet a minute.
Vestal off the inbound, works over there, back to Southards. All the way across court to Yance, back to Vestal. Vestal penetrates, but that zone is very highly packed right around the key area. There's a minute or two there when that's the way it's got to be right there. Missed shot. Southards sneaks in, gets the rebound, is fouled. That'll be on Stewart.
Stewart should be his 3rd, I think.
And so now we'll shoot 1-1 ourselves. The Tigers, of course, are shooting 2 and have been since the 3rd quarter. And now it will be Southards back to the line. 62-54 is your score. The Maroon Devils have let DeLand Thomas sneak all the way down to the Devil logo without noticing that he's down there. Let's see if the Tigers take advantage of that. Now Bradley Vestal sneaks back a little bit. Southards' second one is good.
So a 6-point game.
Whitmire works out front against several Maroon Devils. Give and go. DeLann Thomas all the way to the bucket. Misses it. And now we got a late foul that will be on Zeke Bradley. It'll be his 4th. Jeff, I think the question now becomes, will we have enough players left to finish this game?
It's not looking good, Coach. Not looking good. We have 4 people now with 4 fouls.
Hooper Thomas at the line will shoot 2. The Tigers will shoot 2 the rest of the way. And it's 63-56, 5:48 remaining. That one back irons and off. Parker with the rebound. A lot of contact, no call. We've seen that a lot tonight, especially against the white team. The Tigers go man-to-man. Vestal stops and pops a 3. It's off. Bradley's got a rebound. He's hit about 3 times in there. Parker fighting for it. And it'll stay Swain basketball.
Poor old Zeke, man. It ain't no wonder he gets frustrated sometimes. Golly bun.
Southard's to inbound. All the way back to Yance. He goes inside to Parker. Parker turns and drops it in. It's that simple, but it's not that simple getting it to Seth. Here comes Whitmire. Pull up, jumper. Off the back iron. Dug out by Parker. It will be Swain basketball. That after Samuel Chappell had worked and got position in there. And Parker will inbound it now. Swain trailing 63-58. They've trailed most of the way in this one. Pull back to within 1 at one point, but as close as they could get. Vestal goes off the screen back to Bradley. He lays that home. The Rosman crowd incredulous, thinking he had fouled on that. Hooper Thomas, and he gets bailed out on a wild shot. Somebody's leaving this game.
Yes,
I don't
they
know
are.
who yet.
Seth Parker. He's going to be gone. That's 5 on Seth.
They have not acknowledged it. I would make them acknowledge it. So Seth Parker done as the Devils have pulled within 3. And back to 4 as the official comes over and has a word for Coach McMahon. Not sure what that was all about, but
who knows?
Forced Coach McMahon to throw his hands up in the air in frustration.
For the 35th time tonight. So it's a 5-point game, folks. 4:50 to go.
Good cut by Waldrop. Nice pass by Yance. DeLann Thomas with the ball on the wing now. Stops, pops, doesn't shoot it. Hooper Thomas backs off. Shot on its way. It's off. That'll go out of bounds over in the Swain section. It'll go to Swain. 65-62. The Maroon Devils hanging around.
We're right there, Coach. As frustrating as this thing is, man, we're right there.
We just can't seem to turn the corner and be able to get enough stops because of foul trouble to stay in this thing. With the amount of fouls we have, there's Yance with his bank shot.
Oh, the bank is open.
That if we ever get the lead, I don't know, but what it might be a good idea just to spread it out.
I agree.
With the amount of foul trouble we got. Vestal goes for
boy.
He's going to give DeLann Thomas 2 shots. Swain wanting a technical foul for shooting the ball, but that was the most ridiculous technicals I saw at the first of the year. Let's not
I'd forgotten about that. Yeah, let's not bring those back up.
Let's forget that. Thomas back to the line where he has scored the majority of his points tonight. And he misses the first one, so the Maroon Devils will now have a chance to tie at least, unless something wild happens with his free throw, which I wouldn't rule out the way this game has gone.
No, I wouldn't either. I'm not ruling anything out right now.
66-64, approaching 4 minutes left in this one. Southard's works over there, triple team. He tries to force it into, and does. Bradley weaves his way through and ties this game up at 66. DeLann Thomas pull up 3 on its way.
Oh, big shot.
And looks at the Swain bench and has words for the Swain bench. Wow.
Pretty classless.
Yance, 3 on the way.
Big answer by Breyer.
Breyer puts his head down and goes back on defense. Thank you,
boy.
son.
Thank you, Breyer.
For having some class about you. Tigers, Devils, 69 all. Thomas works off of it. We got a walk. And it will be Swain basketball. With a chance to take the lead for the first time since the first quarter.
Take the lead.
Here in this one. Yance on the wing. He tries to go and is fouled. That's on Chappell for the block. It'll be 1-1 for Briar Yance. The Devils still shooting 1-1. The Tigers have been shooting 2 since the midway through the third period, it feels like.
And Briar has 22 points.
Very quiet 22 and a very necessary 22. We've got to do a little floor work after the spill right there. And Yance will have 1-1 with a chance for the Devils to take a lead. And he
Knocks
makes
it down.
So Swain, 70-69, has the lead.
So Briar will look to push it to 2 here.
So Yance back to the line. 3:17 remaining in regulation. It's off. Pulled down by Dakota Morgan. Pull up by Hooper Thomas. 3 on the way. He nails it. So 72-70 now your score. Tigers back on top. Yance another 3. Back iron no good. Here comes Hooper Thomas going all the way to the hole. And the foul's going to be on Southard's. One of the few Devils who are not in foul trouble.
That's his first.
2 shots, though, for Hooper Thomas.
Is that Hooper?
I don't know what the Rosman High School record for free throws attempted in a game is, but they should be coming close.
They should be coming close. Hits the first one.
Back to 3-point bulge for the Tigers. Make it 4. Timeout Tigers, 74-70. Just under 3 minutes to go in this one, so the Maroon Devils have fought their way back in it. Let's see if they can fight their way to stay in it with the deep foul trouble they've got. Parker's already gone. He's fouled out. Jesse Waldrop has 4. Zeke Bradley 4. Briar Yance 4. Is that correct?
That's correct. They've shot 35 free throws thus far. Still got 3 minutes to go, and we've shot 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. 35-9 free throws so far.
Wow.
That just leaves you speechless. You don't know what to say. I mean, both teams are playing hard. It's not like one's just being ridiculous more than the other.
You know, there are times when that discrepancy makes sense. You know, if there's a team who's just pounding the ball inside, pounding it inside. But this is not the case.
This is not the case.
So it is just astounding that the Maroon Devils are in that big of a free throw deficit and playing without one of their seniors. And everybody else in foul trouble on the court except Vestal and Southards at this point. So the Tigers with a 4-point advantage, 2:56 remains. Swain will look to cut into that advantage after taking a brief 1-point lead. The Tigers hit a 3 to take care of that. Vestal works on this side, drives baseline, lays it up, misses it. Waldrop can't hold on. Rosman basketball.
Had a good look. Got to finish those.
So Hooper Thomas brings it up. He crosses over Southard's, carried it a couple of times.
Yes, he sure did.
And they're going to get bailed out with a foul, and that's going to do Jesse Waldrop.
That'll be Jesse's 5th.
He fouls out of the ball game. So the Maroon Devils are down to bench-wise Jack Stuckey and Jacob Waldrop.
That's it.
With 2 other players with 4 fouls. 2 shots for DeLand Thomas. Was he the one who was fouled?
I didn't think so.
I didn't either.
But he's working his way to the free throw line somehow.
75-70, a 5-point advantage. Time growing short for the Maroon Devils. They need some makes stops are hard to come by
Yes,
because
they
they're
are.
shooting free throws every time. Bradley with the rebound. Now he kicks it ahead to Vestal. He's got a clean look over there. Now works his way back outside. Hunter Call tries to turn the corner. Had great success with that in the first. Vestal does turn the corner. Misses the shot. DeLand Thomas
That's
is
going
fouled
to be
out.
5. He's gone. Yes, it is. That's 5.
So Vestal will go to the free throw line. And Luke Stewart will check back in. Rosman takes their time getting their sub in. And so Vestal with a chance to cut this lead down to 3. Misses the first. We'll have a second one now as the Devils are 1 foul away from shooting 2 the rest of the way. Vestal was in the act of shooting. That's why he got 2. And timeout Maroon Devils now at the 2:15 mark. The Swain is not in a situation where they can foul to put him on the line to stop the clock.
No, not at all.
Or they won't have enough players to finish this game. So that's the cases we've got here. Maroon Devils travel to Blue Ridge on Monday, finish off their regular season on Tuesday with a trip to Murphy, and then the Smoky Mountain Conference will begin on Thursday.
Also at Murphy.
So
return trips to Murphy for everybody.
Yep. Hope the Lady Devils can continue the play that they exhibited tonight for the tournament.
Man, they ought to walk out of this gym tonight just floating out of here, basically. We ought to have to reach up in the sky and grab them and pull them back down.
Absolutely.
Phenomenal game on their part.
Big win,
All of
91 points, 91-66 win. Season high in points. Big night from Taylor Collins. Lindsay Hicks with a big night herself, so good night for them. Let's hope the Maroon Devils can make it a dual win by hanging on here and getting back in this one, 75-71.
Well, we were in a precarious spot last night late and was able to find a way to win, so let's hope we can draw from that. Of course, we weren't quite in this foul trouble last night either. Seth Parker was killing people, and he's out. So
Tigers will inbound it. Hooper Thomas will work it up. He'll take his time now. One of the rare times tonight that the Tigers have walked it up. Now he goes back and forth, tries to get down low. Stewart drains a baseline jumper, and it's 77-71 now.
That's a big shot.
It was huge. And he hasn't made any tonight. Don't know that he's even taken any tonight. Southers tries to force it inside to Bradley, and a turnover. And now the Tigers can be as deliberate as they want at the 140 mark. I'm not sure they know how to be deliberate.
I don't know. They probably never work on just holding the ball. But we've got to get a stop. We're in trouble.
Oh. That'll do it for Briar Yance.
Number 5, he's gone. Third Swain player to foul out tonight. So that's going to put who? Number 30? Chapel.
So Yance is gone. And Chapel back on the line. Rosman leads it by 6, make it 7. Second one is good also. Nope, it is not good. He's called for a lane violation, stepping over the line. So you can take that one off the board. It's 78-77. The score down there is incorrect.
Got a minute 20 to go.
Swain being very deliberate with this possession.
Got to make something happen.
Call with a shot. Forces it up and in.
Wow.
Timeout Swain. So Hunter Call with a big night off the bench, and the Maroon Devils have definitely needed him.
Yeah, he's got 10 points.
Double figures for him. Maroon Devils with a timeout. That was McMahon. And he is down to one.
I think one
timeout left. 78-72, 6-point lead for the Tigers.
So a big spot here. Minute 13 to go. 2-possession game. And we can't foul.
No. Got to play good defense.
Cannot foul.
The Devils will pick up full court, I'm sure. They have the liberty now of fouling with anybody in the lineup other than Zeke Bradley.
Other than Zeke, that's right.
Zeke commits a foul, he's gone. Everybody else is good to go. They try to go deep, and they find him. He throws up a wild shot, misses it. Bradley with it. He'll bring it up himself. Stewart looks at him inside to Vestal. Vestal's fouled on that, no call. And then they're going to call it on Vestal for reaching in.
Unbelievable.
Vestal goes wrist slapped on the shot.
Unbelievable.
So that will put Luke Stewart at the line. (78-73) is the score. Stewart to the line. He'll shoot 2. Makes it. So Stewart with some big buckets down the stretch here for the Tigers. He'll shoot another one. Cap it off at 80 here. Got that one. 80-73. Vestal into the front court. We're now under a minute. Call goes, pulls it back out. Back up top to Southards. Down to 50, under 50. Swain's got to get a shot off and soon. Call the 3. It's on its way. It rims
in and out
out
again.
And they're going to call that on Bradley. You know they are. And that's 5 on him. So Luke Stewart back to the free throw line. (4-2). Seems like we said
That's it. We're up to 44 free throws now.
45. I've watched this whole game, Jeff, and I honestly couldn't tell you how they've shot 40 or so more free throws than us. I don't have a clue how that happened.
It's unbelievable. We've shot 9.
No foul there. This has the potential to get really rugged.
Yes, it does.
25 seconds and counting as Hooper works the ball, palming it out there. He'll get fouled and go to the line for, you guessed it, 46 and 47.
Yep. I've got so many dots on here, my eyes are crossed. I'll try to double check that. Who is that shooting them?
That's Thomas. Hooper Thomas.
Okay.
10-point bulge now for the Tigers. 20.7 seconds left. He makes that one.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 16, 18, 20, 22.
And a foul call. Unbelievable.
46 free throws.
That foul is on number 30, Samuel Chappell. The Maroon Devils will shoot 2 free throws now.
That's going to put us into double digits.
Gage Southards back to the line. The Maroon Devils trail by 11 with 10 seconds left. So this one all but over here, but this has been another one of those games that the Maroon Devils were cost at the free throw line.
Oh, without a doubt. I hadn't even counted up how many they've made.
So it's 7, 6, 5, 4. And that's going to be your game, 84-75. And it can be wrapped up in a nutshell of 47 free throws.
Look at this.
39 of 47 at the line. The Tigers are to win that one from the Devils. Swain, no way they can counter 39 points at the free throw line, for crying out loud.
Nope.
But that's going to do it. That's going to do our winter broadcast, Jeff. It's been a pleasure working with you again.
Yes, sir. You too, Coach.
We appreciate everybody who joined us on the Maroon Devils Network this year, and be ready for spring action coming your way around March 1st. So baseball, softball be getting underway then. We have plans of those being on the Maroon Devils Network. So stay tuned. All you need to know about the Smoky Mountain Conference Tournament also coming your way on the Maroon Devils Network. So check us out next week. We'll have all the news that you need to know about Swain High School sports. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you.